Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night to everyone watching. This is Shelfside Spurs Show, and in the absence of the inimitable Johnny Einstein, I shall be trying to corral this group of crazies into something resembling a stream, but I don't know how much success I'm going to have. One of them's munching, another one's fiddling, one's shaking his head, and the other one just looks blank. No, you can work out which one's which. We're going to try, as the title says, put some mustard on it today because obviously we're playing Norwich, so that's a hilarious joke. Joining me from the Far East, we have Tinkerman, allegedly. I don't know what he's fiddling with there, but tech doesn't seem to be his friend at the moment. Is Eugene from Spurs Waging TV. Good evening, Eugene. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, guys, and of course, is it good afternoon to Brian?
It is indeed.
It will be. It will be. Yes. So you're joining us from the Far East, and Brian is joining us from the Far West in Toronto. Good to see you, Brian. Thank you for joining us.
Always a pleasure, guys. Always a pleasure. And yeah, I'm as far west. Well, actually, no, I'm East Toronto or East Canada, so I'm not as far west as I could be, but as far as west as I could be from Eugene, that's for damn sure.
Absolutely, other side of the planet. And joining us from a little bit closer, I'm not entirely sure where, we have Al from Al's Life Incorporated and Ranjul Pani, as he's being known today. Good to see you guys. How are you? All well?
Yeah, very well, thank you, Rez. Very well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in shock, if I'm honest, Rez. I mean, I've just been told that Alan has had to have jam on his toast one morning, a couple of mornings this week.
Oh dear, no marmalade.
No marmalade. 2 days.
Stop.
2 days.
My God! So I left.
I'm done.
I
done.
left
I
England.
can't. I don't think I can cope. I think I'm going to have to. Leave. I'm just shocked by this.
So what you're telling me is the first time I came to England, there was Petrol Gate, and now there's Jam Gate.
Yeah.
That's what we're going through. We've gone from petrol to jam, yeah.
Yeah, right. Disgusting.
Jamgate.
Absolutely disgusting.
This thing. That's it. I mean, Nick has left. Nick has gone. Right. I'm thinking.
He went ages ago.
4 minutes in, I'm thinking of just shutting the stream down. I really am.
No marmalade.
No marmalade. You know, I mean, we did put out a call to people to help with Alan's Marmalade Fund, but apparently it wasn't enough. From what I understand, he collected about £12.7 million, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Al,
That's what we supply.
Talk us through your pain. Talk us through your struggle. I mean, who's going to play you in the movie?
I can survive.
Anyway, we've got some fantastic. We've got some fantastic people obviously joining us. We've got some fantastic people in the chat. Big up to you all. El Said, thank you for joining us. Chris Agambar.
Mr. Agambar.
Bob Spur TV, who will be joining us, but he's doing something private.
Oh, but Superman's joining us. Oh, fantastic.
You know why, though? You know why Superman's joining us, don't you, Rez?
Why? Why is this?
Well, if you go to 736 comment from Cody Mack.
736 from Cody Mack. Let's have a look. First Steve Perriman and now Mark Cucurella. How do you do it? Well, you know
and that is why we got Bob Spur.
That's it, absolutely. And
you know what? I'm going to embrace it. You get called a character from EastEnders. I get called a Spanish international footballer. I'll take that. I'm
the 19-year-old player from Kuala Lumpur League.
So I'm going to embrace it. And Nick, thank you so much for letting me know that Cody's in the comments, because now I know I need to be careful with what I say.
Getting into the spirit of things, right? Put some bloody mustard on it. Damn right, absolutely. The other Bobby K is with us as well. Big up, lads, and everyone in the chat. Great to see Daigle and Eugene here. Obviously didn't mention Bob. There you go. Yeah, that's just racist, Bobby.
Yeah,
Right.
what are you, Mr. Big Time all of a sudden, Bobby K, because
Yeah.
you've gone above 200 subscribers.
Yeah,
Mr. Big
exactly.
Time.
Yeah. Graham's with us. Good to see you, Graham.
Hi,
Thank
Graham.
you for
Big up,
joining us.
Graham.
Thank you very much for joining us. And also Sean is here. Where's the linky
Sean.
pinky? Unfortunately, Sean, we've only got
Sean.
space for 6 because we're a bit small. And here's the 6th one. It's Mark Cucurella again. Coming to join us.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can everyone please understand and appreciate Bob? Really appreciate him, because when I get my hands on him at the airport, he's a devil.
He's a
Learn to appreciate, learn to love him as I do. But my God.
Because he won't be around. Good to see you, Bob. How you doing?
You had a really good ship, mate. Thank you very much.
Fantastic stuff. Always good to know that you've curled out a nice Cumberland sausage. I like it.
It wasn't curly. It was actually no, we won't go into it.
Was it a dropper? Was it just like a
prop?
It was, you know, when you went in the toilet and it's draining for ages and little pebble shit comes out.
Oh, is it that one?
Yeah,
Shit.
one of those.
That's not a good one at all.
I prefer the no wipe ones. They're the best. When you've done one of them and you're like, oh my God, life is complete. You know, you just feel like it's going to be messy. And then you're just like, oh, it's a one wiper. And you're like, this is brilliant. I've won at life here.
Yeah, and she loves it as well.
The one that I don't like is the one that sort of pebble dashes the toilet. You know?
You're on your own on that one, mate.
No, have you not had that one? It's quite really explosive.
I have to say, I hadn't really braced myself for this. This normally comes like an hour and a half in.
No.
So you ease yourself in a shelf side.
Full throttle, Brian. Full throttle.
That's because what you got to realize, Brian, is that Johnny is the sort of calming factor. Without him here, it's just a fucking free for all.
Gotcha.
And Alan.
And Alan. Yeah, it's a free for Al. So yes.
Big up, people. Hello, people. Hello, Al. Eugene, long time no see.
Oh, Bob.
Ranjit, you're up, mate. Rez.
Hasn't seen you since Saturday.
Yeah.
And then since Friday. Actually, Rez, are you sure you're okay, mate? Because I thought you'd be sat next to Bob. You know, that's where you've, you know.
No, it's Monday. Monday.
Monday, you were there as well, yeah. Monday, Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alan will be getting jealous.
When I didn't get invited, but I said thank you for the invite.
Didn't get invited. There you go. He's at it again. Isn't he?
Yeah. You know, this just doesn't stop. By the way, apologies for the bright light. This is what happens in the summer in my house. The sun basically streams through the window. It will disappear shortly, and you'll be able to see.
You have a window on the other side too.
I do. This is my study window, and then through there's like the corridor, and then right at the end, there's this sort of window, and it catches the sun. So as you can see, I'm bathed in light, and so hopefully that will disappear, and you'll be able to see my face in its full ugliness shortly. Scott M says, I think we need to go back to Al's marmalade crisis and move on from Rez's weird bathroom habits. You've obviously never cheated before, have you, Scott?
Yeah, he has. No, but I actually, Scott, it's good to see you in the comments. I would like to formally apologise for Alan attacking you for saying that I needed to look at Google for the answers. I can confer that there is two things that that doesn't happen on Tommy's quiz. There is no way in the world that you are able to Google the fucking answers to his quiz questions.
Oh yeah.
So first of all, let me put that one to bed. And Alan, could you apologise for your
I did in the chat
jumping onto Scott M? Like, what are you saying about Barry?
Yeah,
what are you saying about him?
I did.
I'm fine. I can protect myself. I appreciate the backup. But Alan, with all due respect, if we're in a fight, you're not really coming to my rescue, mate.
He's got the scooter.
I apologise.
By the time the scooter gets up to speed, you know, it'll all be over anyway. So yeah. Although I do think the swords attached to the wheels thing idea might work really well.
That's why he was worried. That was why he was worried about being in the number 8 for the North London Derby, because he wasn't worried about getting bumped around. He was more worried about how many people he was gonna take out with the swords attached to the side of his shoe.
Think about Scott M in a fight. Even his punches be negative. Big up, Scott. Love you, mate.
Yeah, we love Steve.
Bobby. Obviously, we apologise to Sean because we've got the non-upgraded version of StreamYard. We can only have a maximum of 6 people on at a time. But Bobby is saying that there's always room for you. Me and Nick are apparently big time now. Otherwise, if Alan had been in charge, he probably wouldn't have brought you on, Sean, because it would have required him to work out how to do that. But he could. Ricky Via Jens is recommending curtains. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The problem is it's like at the top of the thing. We've got really high ceilings, so getting up there to draw them and undraw them is just ridiculous. Sean is boycotting us because of the snub, which is very nice, which I like. We'll get to some content in a second, guys, I promise. Right Heart Lane is here. Good to see you, buddy. Iggy is with us as well. Hopefully, Mrs. Iggy will be joining us as well. Son, I didn't think you guys had that in the UK. Yeah, just once a year. Once a year. HIT is with us. Young Puddy, thanks for joining us. Cody's asking, can we do a Tottenham quiz that has nothing to do with Tottenham? Just want to see Daigle react. We could do. I'll cogitate on that while the guests are talking after I've shut up.
Wankety wank, Cody. Wankety wank.
Jacob is with us with his munificent hair. It's not just magnificent, it's munificent. I love it. Barry Rangjit, Nick, you joining our show tomorrow, bruv. Apparently, we're turning into Nick's diary now.
Yes, I am, Jacob. I am. Thank you for the invite. I didn't need to ask like Alan. I just got asked to be invited. I didn't have to ask for an invite.
Yes, it's true. It just needs to drop the wink at Jacob or anyone else, and everyone knows. Love you all. We love you too, Sean and Scott M. Laughing, I'm guessing, at Bob's comment. Now, very quickly before I let you guys have at it, I'm in honor of Johnny because he would have been here, but he's been very, very tied up. Oh, yeah. Spurs on this day in history. We have to go back to the 19th of May, 1957. And it was Spurs 4, Celtic 3 in New York. End of season tours were a feature of the 1950s. And Spurs had been to America for a series of exhibition matches 5 years earlier. On this occasion, this was the only game to be played in America, with the rest taking place in
Canada.
Yeah, you were there, Al. You were all there. Yeah.
Al was there. Al was there handing out the oranges.
Al was 35 in 1950.
Yes.
So I've got an itchy head. Sorry.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry.
Nothing.
Okay. Nothing. That's cool. Celtic took an early 2-goal lead before Bobby Smith scored. Celtic again went 2 up, only for Smith to pull one back before half-time. In the second half, Smith completed his hat-trick and Doolin scored the winner. Spurs and Celtic were to meet on 3 more occasions in Canada, Spurs winning twice, with Celtic winning the final game of the tour. So that's it for Spurs on this day in history.
That's it. Over 140-odd year history, there is just one thing on this day.
Yes, allegedly so. Allegedly so. That's the only one I could find.
There we go.
Fixtures used to finish early May, Brian.
Sorry, Adam?
All the fixtures used to finish late April, early May.
I know that, but we've been around when games have still been going on in our history, in our modern history, certainly in the time that I've been alive.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Eugene, you watching porn while doing a stream is really putting me off.
Yeah,
right.
I'm watching the Everton Crystal Palace match.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh well, if you want to go and watch it, we'll invite Sean on, Eugene. If you want, we'll send the link to Sean if it's that important.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
of course it's important. Everton wins, right?
Right. Sean is ready to take over. Okay, Eugene. if Crystal Palace's exploits are so important to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, chaps. So that was the main thing. What we've got, we're going to have a quick look back, and you can tell us your thoughts, give us what you thought about the Burnley game. So if I can just bring up my cocking banner. In the meantime,
You bring up
gently,
your cock in a banner.
my cocking banner, exactly. You know, we're talking about porn and Crystal Palace and weird things like that because this is Shelfside Spurs show.
Incredible Hulk's alter ego's shitting himself right now.
Absolutely. Tottenham 1, Burnley 0. Let's start with our first guest, Brian.
What can I say, buddy? It was a very disciplined performance. Like I said to you on We Are Tottenham TV when it was you and Nick, it wasn't about the glitz and the glamour, this game of a performance. It was getting the job done and putting the pressure on the filth. And it worked. We got the job done, and that's all we needed to do to try and get it back in our hands. It now thankfully is. Listen, winning is winning. And I didn't know my answer bored you so much that you get up and leave us.
The sun was really getting to me.
So yeah, winning is wing and job done. And now we look back on it and think, thank God.
Eugene, what did you think? Did you manage to watch the game at all?
To tell the truth, right, that game was played about 7 p.m. my time.
Yeah.
Because I was working during that time, during my job. By the time I found out the game was actually being played, Kane had already scored. So
okay,
I had to watch it a bit. I feel that more or less that we grind out a result, right? And it was a handball, all right? And a lot of people are saying, was it a handball? Wasn't it a handball? And the blah 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 that goes on. I mean, what comes around goes around, right? If Spurs gets it, and Kane scores it. So I'm happy for the result. It's put us in the driving seat now after the debacle that Arteta had. Oh, it's not on Bob's show.
We'll come to him.
It's not on Bob's show. I forgot. Every time I say Arteta, what happens? Yeah.
We'll come.
But, I'm happy. We're in the driving seat now. But of course, Sunday will be the most important game now. Sunday will be the most important game.
Bob, your thoughts on Burnley?
I think we discussed that. Cody Mack mentioned it as well. If we put the emotional aspect of it to one side, the importance, whatever the game really meant, if we put that all to one side, it was an easy win. Apart from them hitting the post, I've always felt comfortable. We're playing in second and third gear, and we could have won by 3 or 4-0 easily. So if, I said this earlier, if they had scored, the worst case scenario, we would have just gone up a couple of gears, and Kane and Sonny would have got the goals that were necessary. So, like I say, if we put all the emotional side to one side, it was comfortable, man. It was comfortable. We did what we had to do.
Albert?
Well, at the end of the day, I think the stats at the end of the day showed Nick Pope was man of the match. So it wasn't as if we didn't create the chances. It's just unfortunately we didn't get past him on more occasions. But I think we played the game so that we didn't have to. We've only had two and a bit days rest. So at the end of the day, there's never going to be sort of like a flying start on this, that, and else. So they've done what they had to do. We've got over the line, and thank you very much to Newcastle.
Absolutely. Not sure if Ranjul Parni's still with us. I'm guessing he's off doing something private. If you guys want to sort of critique each player, we can go around if you want and just talk about any particular things that you wanted to. We'll start with you, Al. Hugo, anything that you wanted to mention about Hugo?
Well, considering he was unwell, I think he managed to control the box. Took everything up in the air and stopped whatever was aimed at him. So he done his job.
Cool.
No, weren't even too much bad passing.
Excellent. Anyone else? I mean, I thought personally.
What was the question?
The question was is how does one achieve cold fusion in a randomized solar what's it called, a randomized solar cycle without actually causing a meltdown? So
we've all given our answers, Ron. So
okay, so what I would say is that I was just there talking to my 14-year-old daughter around a similar subject. So you're better off asking her than you are asking me, because she was talking about ionic particles and something else, and I said, "Okay, yeah, that looks really good." I genuinely
Rez is busy at the moment.
Yeah,
we'll get back to you.
Uncle Rez is busy at the moment, but after he's finished, if you would like to explain it to him, he can confirm whether or not what you're talking about is correct, because I haven't got a fucking clue.
You see, welcome to Shelfside Spurs Show, where we mix inorganic chemistry with football. So yeah, we're just going through the team for against Burnley. Obviously, it's been done to death. I thought Hugo didn't have a huge amount to do. Credit to him for playing as when he was sick. I think everyone was fairly good against Burnley. I didn't see anything weak. What did you guys think?
Well, first of all, I just need to know, when did Rodney Trotter start playing for us?
Rodney.
Where the hell did Rodney? Where did Rodney Trotter start playing for us? I didn't know we had a player called Roddy. It's Rooney with copper plate writing. For anyone that wants
that's when you know the person who's done the graphics couldn't be asked to Google Bentancur.
Yeah, the one person, like I said, I said it when I did it. I'm very happy for Sessegnon. Sessegnon had another good game, and I've said it for a long while, that I think he's a better left wing back than Reguilon, who I can't wait to see the back of, in all honesty. I think there's a lot better out there. Don't get me wrong, there's better with Sessegnon, but Sessegnon at left wing back gets that role a hell of a lot better than Reguilon does. And I think if we can get a strong left wing back that Sessegnon can learn from and rotate with, and we can keep him fit, we're going to be laughing. I think he had another very good, or a good performance.
Yeah,
but guys,
I mean, Eddie's going in really hard on the league for the scheduling.
Sounds like a goon.
After what we did on Thursday, right? We put in so much, but a lot of other fans were saying, why didn't we go out and hammer the Arsenal and get more goals and all that? I think what Conte did was quite smart by actually saving up the legs and all that, so we could do something on the Sunday game. And we did look jaded, according to, I did watch the match back a bit. We did look a bit jaded, and we were, how you say it? I say we more or less grounded it out, but without much fear of losing it. See? Yeah. But if we didn't get the penalty, guys, if we didn't get that penalty, right, imagine how would that have been. And we still couldn't score.
We would have won anyway, Eugene.
Exactly.
We've got to stop. No one here is like that, but there's people out there. We know our squad needs improving. We know our first 11 needs improving. But if you're telling me our first 11 isn't good enough to beat Burnley and this coming Sunday v Norwich, then we need to take a look at ourselves rather than the players. Yes, of course, we can point to Wolves and Southampton and Brighton at home. Of course we can. But that leads to the argument or the narrative of we need improving. But 11 on 11, if we bring our A game, we've got the beating of every team in the league. And I mean that. There's a mental block with Chelsea, but we've shown against Man City twice, Liverpool twice. Although we haven't beaten Liverpool, we should have beaten Liverpool. First one I don't know, because believe it or not, I was in coma. Second game, we should have beaten them. But yeah,
first game even more so, Bob. In all honesty, first game even more so.
Yeah, I've seen the Hearts. We've missed many chances of Delia, etc. But yeah, I think our 11 are better, loads better than Burnley. And if we hadn't got the penalty, I wouldn't have been worried. We would have got 1 or 2 in the second half because we have quality players.
I just want to add on that with what. With Eddie having a go at the league, I actually want to thank the league, because you tried to screw it but we rose to the top, and it's actually worked perfectly in our favour. So, Premier League, well done. You tried to get your blockbuster last-minute game. It's kind of worked for you. Yes, we had to play Burnley less than 48 hours after, or however quick it was. Guess what? That backfired. So keep chucking everything you want our way, Premier League. It's going to keep happening that you chuck shit our way and we just lap it up. So well done, Premier League. In fact, well done.
I mean, the view that there's sort of like two views of that game. One is that we played well, executed what we were supposed to do, and did it properly, and others say that it was a poor performance. I think it was the former. I think that we did what we were meant to do and we did it well, but others don't. What about you, Nick? Do you think it was a good plan, well executed, or was it a subpar Spurs not being able to break anyone down?
No, look, I think you're right. I think look, we said it on the watch along that they were spent. We were spent. We were absolutely shattered from the emotions from Thursday night. So, for them to go and do what they did, it was just what was needed. Okay, you can sit there and you can argue it was a soft penalty. The rules of the game said it's a penalty, so it's a penalty. It's not like it wasn't like the ridiculous one in the Champions League final that was in his armpit. It was a penalty, and unfortunately, they're the rules of the game. So, look, we could have all sat there and gone, we're going to go out there and smash him and everything else. But look, they were coming for a point. That's all that they were hoping for, and we did what we needed to do. And I think there was talk from Burnley to Burnley. The difference when we played them after the Man City game, that was the difference. And we were all saying we needed to get the result, we needed to back it up, we needed to do what we needed to do, and we did it. And look, those players were shattered. You could see they were shattered, and we got the goal, and we just managed. There was good game management. That was what needed to be done.
Speaking of sort of people being ill, Al, what did you think?
He's not ill.
Not the person who asked after today the way I felt today. That's why I won't bother tonight. But
that's what I mean.
At the end of the day, we've done what we had to do. You know what I mean? As I say, we put a lot of effort in on Thursday night to beat the scum, and it's going to take its toll. But at least Arteta's now got a ready-made excuse for Sunday if they fail and we win, because he can say that we had a week rest and a few extra hours compared to Arsenal. He's got his ready-made excuse, hasn't he? There's a wanker.
He speaks highly of you as well, Al, by the way.
I don't give a monkey.
There's going to be an interview. There's going to be the interview on All or Nothing, or sorry, Nothing, with Al. What do you think of Alan from Shelfside Spurs, Mikel? Oh well, I think he's a wanker.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So looking at that team sheet, a question. Out of that, let's say 13 players, how many of them are categorically no longer right for Spurs?
All but Hugo, Son, Kane, and Kulusevski. The rest,
don't forget Roddy.
Roddy.
Rodney.
I've always said this. For me, Bentancur, if he had Ndombele, if he had a Dembele alongside him, I just think him and Højbjerg, although they've done well, I do think we need that extra presence in midfield. Now, will he play three in midfield? Yeah, there are times where they do get outnumbered, and maybe that's not Bentancur's fault. But for me, I just think we just need a bit more oomph in midfield and a bit more meat.
So probably what I'm going to say to that is, obviously, as much as I love Højbjerg, everyone knows how much I love Højbjerg. I think Skip could do that to him. I think Skip Still not saying. I still agree with you. We need another midfielder.
Yeah.
But before he got injured, and that was the combination everyone wanted to see, and that could be the making of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
So the question is, Tip has been out so long, right, guys? Whether he comes
play
back,
Played today.
whether he comes back next season as a stronger player or what kind of player he turns into, we still can't tell, right? So the strengthening of that midfield, that we need someone to actually be compatible with Bentancur, I think we do need to get someone in.
So who do you have anyone in mind?
Whoever content
When
wants.
you think of that, you think
Oh,
No,
to
I
tell
mean,
the truth, just
obviously,
for me
it
to have
will-
in mind, yeah. But Conte will have somebody to have in mind that,
into that role. That's the thing.
yeah, I know,
JWP.
yeah. If we can get JWP, it could be well.
Right.
That would be a good move. But 50 million pounds, 60 million pounds, yeah. Will he spend it? That's the big question. Right.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? That's the point. And we will get to Levy. We will get to Levy in the summer shortly. But from what I understand, there's been a study being done about Arsenal, because obviously we've got to talk about Arsenal, and whether or not they get battered everywhere they go. And the conclusion is very finely balanced. So the next section that we're going to talk about is entitled "Arsenal Get Battered Everywhere They Go, True or True?" And we'll go round in sort of reverse order. Bobby, true or true?
True. And also their mentality. I don't know if it was a one-word answer. Where's my apologies?
Oh yeah, we'll ask you to expand on it in a moment. We're just going to do a quick poll.
True.
So Nick Ranjulpani, Arsenal get battered everywhere they go. True or true?
It's a tough one, but I'd have to go with true.
With true, okay. Brian, Arsenal get battered.
People in the chat as well, please feel free to.
Yeah, please let us know in the chat as well.
I'm going 95% true, 5% truth.
Right. Okay, so you're hedging your bets slightly.
I am just slightly. I can't decide whether to go full 100%. So
Leicester City have
95%
just
true.
scored.
Yes,
Leicester City have just scored.
Leicester City
Palace have just scored. Palace have just scored too.
And Palace have just scored as well.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. Eugene, Arsenal get battered everywhere they go. True or true?
That's a really tough one. But
I know, but we are asking people to really nail their colours to the mast.
yeah, it's so,
Flip a coin.
so true.
Who's
So
that
true.
on the microphone?
Someone's getting some feedback.
Me?
I'm terrified it might be me. No, go on, carry on for now, Eugene. Carry on for now.
Yeah, true.
True? Yeah, I think it's you, Eugene. Al, Arsenal get battered everywhere they go. True or true?
Very true. Sorry, there's no doubt about it. Yeah,
Very true. That wasn't an option, Al, but you've thrown another one in the mix. Very true.
It's an emphatic true, I think. So that's interesting. It's 100% result for true. Bob, you wanted to expand on why you chose true over true.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of A, they're shit, B, the manager's shit, and they've got shit players. You know, there's also the battering of their mindset and their flippity flop nature within their fan base. You know, I'm going to call bullshit twice now. First of all, it was a case of, you know what, we're happy with fifth. You know, for someone that said to us at the beginning, because Arsenal fans sound like that. If someone had said to us at the beginning of the season, we can get fifth, we'd be very happy. Bullshit. You were 6 points clear of us, about 8 weeks ago, with a game in hand, with a +8 of difference of a goal difference, and now we're a point ahead of you. We doubled your goal difference, so that's one. Bullshit. I think it says everything when we've lost 6 games in 27 since Conte's coming. They've lost 6 in 11. I think that kind of states where they are. And the other bullshit is, you know what? Us not finishing in top 4 just proves we weren't ready. Bullshit. The only time you'll know if you're ready for the Champions League is next season. You don't know if you're ready for Champions League next season now, unless you're not going to invest in a single player, which I hope they don't. But to say, "Oh, we're not ready for Champions League. That's why we're in 5th," bullshit.
Loving the new voice you've given them as well, Bob.
Sorry, mate.
I'm loving that voice you've given them as well.
It's because all Arsenal fans sound like that. You think?
Sounds like Chris Eubank.
Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan. Bullshit. Just bullshit.
Ben Kaufman has also conducted study. I've got to be honest, and I hope you won't sue us for plagiarism, Ben. We were actually using the result of your study for this little poll. It was the one that you did, where it turned out that they do get battered everywhere they go. Ranjul Pani, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, what is there to say? That they have had no European football. They went out early in the FA Cup. They've played, I think, 1 game a week, or sometimes not even 1 game a week for the last 3 months. I think it was something like 6 games in 10 weeks or something ridiculous a few weeks ago. So obviously they're mentally tired. They're physically tired from all of those games that they were playing. And the utter embarrassment from Mikel Arteta to blame the refs, to blame the Premier League for scheduling, for everything else. It all got in their head. And I said it a couple of weeks ago or last week or whenever. We're living rent-free in their heads, and it's absolutely fantastic. Arteta has done such a job that the players are believing the narrative, the supporters are believing the narrative. And when he came out and, said there's no excuses, I think we were all a little bit shocked because we were expecting him to blame someone, and he had nowhere to turn. And then then on top of that, the captain of their club came out and said that people need to be ready to step up. And if I'm honest, I don't remember Xhaka doing anything in the past couple of games that warranted him to say that.
He said, didn't he? Right? He said, if you're 18, if you're 28, or if you can't step up, you might as well stay at home. That's what he said. Oh, fuck off, mate. How about you step up?
How about the captain of the club steps up and does something, But yeah,
you've broken out.
But they thought they were coming to White Hart Lane on that Thursday and they were getting something. And not only we all agree that the tifo was a little bit kiss, cuddle, hug, and all of that, right? But but
you were dreaming of Danny.
At the end, But at the end of the day, when Newcastle did the same thing, it just brought back the memories of Thursday night, and they didn't know what to do. And let's be honest, Newcastle could have beaten them 4 or 5, like we could have beaten them 4 or 5. And it's just incredible to see that the Arsenal fans have gone back to their narrative of, when was the last time you won a trophy? Blah, 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 blah.
They said, when was the last time you won a trophy?
When was the last time we won a trophy? And Ty, mate, brilliant. You're still going on about it, even to the point where AFTV are arguing with themselves now, where Robbie said the other day that he's had enough of what Ty is saying and he had to finish the interview. It's just absolutely brilliant. And also what's brilliant is Leicester are now beating Chelsea. And if Chelsea lose to Watford and we win, we'll go into 3rd place. Yep. It's just incredible. Just incredible.
This leads on to sort of a sub question. Which is better, tactical skill or an olive tree?
I think the olive tree would probably bring more to Arsenal than Arteta right now.
Probably.
I mean, someone mentioned. Do you know the story for this, Brian? Do you know the story about this?
I've heard something, nothing. I don't know the full story, so to speak.
So Arteta has planted an olive tree outside his office at the Arsenal training ground to demonstrate his philosophy. And
I mean,
my thinking on it is, yeah, I mean, you could spend your time being a gardener, or you could, if you want, go and be a football manager and learn some tactics.
I'm happy you mentioned that, because also there's no coincidence that they've gone off the boil as soon as they announced his new contract. So who announces that new contract before the North London derby, before you go into before you go into the North London derby, where you don't know where your team are going to end up, and embrace what? And a lot of fans don't like him anyway, so it's like, let's just pour petrol on the fire. And then he comes out with shit like this. And this guy, if he hadn't, after his press conference, when he said, I don't say anything because if I do, I get suspended, and I'm not a good liar and I don't like to lie. Well, you seem to have forgotten the whopper you told in January for us not to be able to play you in the first place. So back in your box, Pinocchio. And it's just ridiculous. And yes, they're shit. Listen, I've called them the filth for God knows how long. I've got two filth fans that are very, very close to me. One's a guy called Jerry, who Bob met and Bob knows. Down to earth guy, even messaged me straight away. Congratulations on Champions League. He owes me about 85 curries based on that game. So that's going to be good on me, cashing in at Punjabi Pies, as I call him when I get home. And then I have another one who lives here, who was actually born here but lived in England when I met him in Welwyn Garden City, but moved back to Alberta about 3-4 years before me. And his banter, he goes right in on me when we lose. Oh, you're fucking shit. Oh, you fucking when you last minute, he takes it really seriously. And I just, when we lose the game or whatever and he wins, I say nothing. I say nothing until the right moment. And what happened after the Newcastle game? I just sent him a gif of Anton Deck dancing. And he went absolutely ballistic. Oh, you motherfucker, it was rigged. It was this. It was like, how is it rigged? It was rigged because you didn't want to try and get out of an original fixture, because you've only played one fixture a week, and then we go and play Burnley shortly after, and then you have a Monday to go. So you have an extra, but it's rigged. Oh, no. And then he called me today just before we came on. Do you know what, Brian? I apologise. You're right. We're shit. Blah, blah, blah. But they're not thinking, listen, as the greatest thing I watched was the Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher interview after, where Jamie Carragher was, I am sick of saying the same stuff of Arsenal. And Gary Neville just said, listen, this is a big problem for Arsenal, a big, big problem. And you look at people like Aubameyang, who they let go, and who knows why, or we do know why, he was throwing his toys out the pan. But it's another player they've given 350 grand to that have then down tools, so to speak. And you just got rid of him and didn't bring anyone in. You could have had him training with the under-23s or by himself. And if you said, sorry, bring him back, there's an option. He's scored 11 goals at Barcelona since January. Those 11 goals, he could have given Arsenal, like, give a shit, could have really helped them. They're just an absolute mess, and no one's going to come to them. No one's going to come to them. They are in a big, big mess. It's a big, big problem.
I think the 3-year contract was
too short.
Yeah, I think it was scandalous. It should have been at least 10.
Yeah.
And saying the conspiracy theories they are coming out with smacks of some very unhinged people. Shouldn't be surprised. They're gooners. Graham backing up saying they forget the corrupt game they played against Chelsea. Really. I mean, how little, really, you can't say how much, how little do Arsenal fans actually have to complain about?
To be fair, they did complain about holding, fouling Son 824 times in the first 4 minutes. The fact that Nketiah dived, I could see all the Arsenal fans coming out, up in uproar with regards to that, and loads of them complained about us playing only a mere few hours after the Arsenal game against Burnley. So to be fair, they've really, you know, found a good balance. Yeah, bollocks. All I hear is that's all I hear.
But guys, there are some Arsenal fans out there, right, who actually are Arteta out, right, and they've been predicting this for such a long time. Being Arteta, he's always not been the proven kind of manager for the Arsenal expectations, but he's been brought in, and they do blame Arteta. They do blame Kroenke for bringing Arteta in, but they're the minority over there. So I guess what Bobby says,
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think that's what Bobby was saying, but it was a very good attempt.
Yeah, it's more like
Ellie's comment here is saying, well said, Graham, and I hope Leicester go on to beat them and Sissoko scores the winner for Watford against them next and we get third place. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea currently 1-0 down.
If we get third, I've got to get Tottenham Tantrum gold tattooed on me. So let's just get Champions League. Let's just get fourth.
Let's get fourth.
Let's just get fourth.
Let's leave all the forfeits, all the ridiculous forfeits with Stel, who has a list of about 400 that he needs to do.
Yeah, but none of them are permanent on his body.
No. Stel will have to become a fugitive in Kuala Lumpur.
Right.
What people don't know that Brian's also got a bet of having the dwarf porn tattoo on him as well. I love people going up on me.com.
2-0.
Oh my God! Where exactly am I getting this, Bob? Let me guess.
It's because he misses you, Bob. It's because he misses you, Brian. That's the thing.
Oh, mate. Yes.
It's a 2-0 up. Palace have just scored again, by the way.
2-0.
Yeah, 2-0 Palace.
So I mean,
I am watching this game and have missed both goals, and you're telling me I've got it right here, and I've missed both goals.
I don't want a game. Eugene's watching a game. Alan's doing what he wants.
I'm not.
So we'll just, unbelievable.
I'm not watching
They
nothing.
will have to be so much better when they play against Arsenal.
Just do right now, just start a watch along for the Everton Palace game, and because we're all in like different time zones, we'll all be at different times. So we'll be like, yay, and then the next one will be like, oh, yay, and oh.
Everton are, do you know how bad they are? They are just woeful. They are woeful.
This is the thing. We've got to
4
bear this in mind.
defenders and 1 striker.
If they can't bring themselves to put up a fight against Palace, and no disrespect to Palace, they've been a really good outfit this season under Vieira. He's done really well with them. But if they can't bring themselves to put up a fight against Palace at their own last home game of the season, I honestly don't see Arsenal suffering a defeat. Broken boys they might be, but that Everton side is shockingly bad.
Yeah, but you know what it could be, Rez? You know what it could be? And this is just, they might play better away on the last game of the season. This is their final home game. That crowd, and we know what Goodison Park can be like, right now is probably, because for obvious reasons I haven't got the sound on, is probably as toxic as they come. And the pressure will probably be off away.
The thing that I'm thinking, though, is that they've got we're talking about shit managers. They're managed by Lampard.
I mean, you know what? If they carry on in this manner, I can see him being sacked this evening. If they carry on in the manner that they are playing, I don't think he'll see the final game of the season.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, I do not believe this is a possibility at all. Okay, so I'm going to preface what I'm going to say next by saying I do not believe this is going to happen, but just discuss this. I'm not saying tell me if you think it will happen or won't. Just have a chat, play with it, tell me what you think.
No,
I said it earlier on. Hey, you know, we talk about broken teams. Chelsea haven't been great of late. They've been dropping points. Watford might want to go out with a bang. Oh yeah. But you just never know. Where the results have happened. I don't see why not. I don't see why I go. If they get a point, they've secured third. There's no way we're going to equal them on the goal difference. But Yeah, you don't. People go, no, there's no chance. There's every chance. There's every chance. There's probably a 10% chance, but there's a chance. So yeah.
The only reason I think
Is
it's
there a
so
chance
unlikely.
Is there a chance
Is
that
because-
Chelsea will be kicked out of the league?
No, I don't think that'll
that's-
happen. I don't think that'll
yeah.
happen.
Look, you got to bear in mind. This is a multi-billion-pound valued company.
Yeah.
And if they go out of the league, that company will fall apart. I don't think anyone's going to want to let that happen, regardless
But
of.
let's say Abramovich becomes a bitch.
There will always be ways around stuff like that to sort of save a company, because it will be the company that is the key, because it's huge. It's of huge value.
Well, economically, that's too important to the.
Exactly what I was about to say. Just like Real Madrid and Barcelona that get bowed out, if you look at the London clubs and the big clubs in this league, the amount of tourism they bring in, like Bob said, the amount of times people are flying from all over the world to come in or go on stadium, there's no way. There is no way. They may get a hefty point deduction, they may get other things thrown their way, but going out of business, there won't be a chance. There won't be a chance.
Okay.
I mean, the reason that I don't believe that Spurs can get third is not because of us. I think it's because of Watford. I mean, this is a team that, the only team that has played worse than them this season are Norwich. And they're exactly where they're. Watford have been atrocious this season.
Yeah.
They just got smacked by Leicester 5-1, I think it was, at their own place. So, I mean, really, what chance do they stand against Chelsea? Even a Chelsea that's...
But rest, Norwich and Watford's business model is doing that, going up and down, right?
Oh,
Yeah, no, we're talking about whether or not Spurs can...
Yeah, they go up and down, up and down,
yeah,
up and down. You collect the money going up, you collect the money going down.
Well, Norwich fans from, I believe, are having a protest on Sunday. Are they not?
Yeah, they're going to put a protest up. Yeah, I think they've had enough of the up and downs.
I was hoping that Ranjul Parney could answer that one, because he was talking about it. Nick,
yes, they are having a protest against the ownership of the club.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Delia Smith?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Oh,
No.
and she goes up and down.
Easy. This isn't Mari's Love Lounge, Eugene. No, we're not talking about the Queen. All right, we're talking about Delia. No, you're right. Look, the ownership model at Norwich and Watford, yeah, absolutely. They invite this sort of thing, but against Norwich and Watford are just poor this season. Whether or not they're meant to be like that or did it because of their thing, they're poor. Can anyone really see Watford getting a win? It'll have to be a win against Chelsea.
Why not?
At home.
Can you honestly see it happening?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. We've got hope. If we can't live with hope, I mean, top four is great, but hey, positive energy and all that. Why not? Let's go for it.
Okay. All right. So that's so okay. So Spurs are going to finish third. Are we on that train now? All of us?
No.
I've been saying this for about 3 weeks from now, from the back, right?
Brian, you're thinking.
I'm with you, mate. I just can't see with Watford. They're going to come out and want to play their game and send off their fans in a way, and Chelsea's just going to have too much of them. If they've been playing a Burnley, a Brentford, or whatever, a more be like, yeah, that's a high possibility, but no. Every time Chelsea have done this and they've had a defeat, should they get a defeat right now, they come back and put in a result. And I don't, mate, tell you the truth, I expect them to come back against Leicester. It could be done by tonight.
Yeah,
there you go.
They might do, but it doesn't mean we can't hope. If they get a result tonight, they get a draw tonight, they've
Brian, dare dream do. Come on, mate. Dare dream do.
Kiss, hugs, and skittles and rainbows to everyone.
Ellie channeling Jimmy Greaves there. Football's a funny old game.
Jimmy,
It is.
oh, whew.
Jimmy Greaves. Yeah, Greaves. Jesus, all right, it's not a problem. Greaves. Scott saying just because one team beats a team better than them doesn't mean it will happen in a different game. More chance Norwich beat us than Watford beat Chelsea, in my view. So obviously Scott doesn't believe it's going to happen. Ben
Scott's
also
back on
says,
form.
I was going to say about Scott. I'd seen so many positive comments. The one, I thought someone had hacked his account, and two, he's just come back, so he's back. I'm glad you're back, Scott.
It's all fine. Yeah,
Glad you're well, Scott.
Normal service has resumed, I think.
Yeah,
Chris Agambar, I can live with hope. You give me her number. Lovely. Ellie's saying, I don't agree, Scott. Shock results can happen. Remember, West Brom, they went and smashed Chelsea 5-2 and they got relegated. Yeah, it's true. And Jens, unlikely, but it's nice to dream and be positive. Absolutely.
Very true,
Absolutely.
Jens. Very true.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I think, speaking of, potential results and what may or may not happen, I think it's an ideal time to look ahead to the Norwich game. Guys, go at it. Go at it. Just tell me your thinks. Tell me your thinks. That's the word. That's the right word. Tell me your thinks.
We could look at it. Nerves. Norwich will want to play there without any restrictions. They will want to put on a performance. Like I say, nerves could get the better of us. Anything can happen in football. Blah blah blah. Let's be honest. Norwich are fucking shit. They're crap. They're bottom. They're bottom of the table for a reason. We've got world-class players. All we need to do is bring our A game up. Our mind needs to be right. Our mindset needs to be right. Attitude needs to be right. And our play needs to be right. And we should comfortably get a 4-1 win against Norwich. I don't see why not.
That's true. To tell the truth, if it was any other manager, right, I would be a bit tad nervous in this game. But with Conte at the helm and what he has done throughout his tenure that he's been with us, the confidence is there. But being a Spurs fan for all these years, we still do have that lingering doubt behind our mind. So I guess if we go there, we get the early goal, then I guess it'll be over very quickly.
I think what Rez said when we were on Monday, I think it resonates. It should resonate. You can either, if you choose not to celebrate and revel in the fact that we most likely, probably definitely got fourth, but hold off a celebration. Is it going to feel any worse if we don't get fourth on Sunday? You're going to feel just as shit. So the fact we're there and the fact we most likely finish fourth, make the most of it, man. Fuck it. Make the most of potentially getting third. Fucking do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Bobby, like being a Spurs fan.
Don't butt me, Eugene.
No,
All I'm hearing is,
Eugene, everyone goes into this no Spurs fan thing because of the Newcastle game. The game where when we lost 5-1, it didn't bloody matter because we still got in the Champions League. Yeah, I know what Brian's going to feel about that. Yeah, it would have been glorious to finish above Arsenal. And fucking hell, yeah, you're right. But there was complacency there. Danny Rose was out partying the night before when he should be ready to play against Newcastle. Silly things like that. So
yeah, I mean the thing that I said, the thing that I said was this. Look, if we don't get fourth, we will be upset. Right? It will hurt. It's not going to hurt any different if we celebrate getting it before we don't get it. Yeah, because otherwise, if you extend that thinking, it means you can't celebrate anything because something bad might happen later. Yeah.
Right.
It's like saying, well, I'm not going to celebrate my promotion because I might get sacked next year. That could always happen, and you'll feel shit when it does. So at least enjoy what you've got now.
I'm not going to celebrate Christmas because I might be in the coat. Oh fuck no!
Wait, behind yourself, you.
Ultimately, you've enjoy what you've got right now because anything could happen.
I'll wake up tomorrow. So positive.
Go on, Nick. Sorry, Nick, you were saying.
I said enjoy what today. We might have bed and not wait tomorrow. You know.
Yeah. You see, I mean, that's the thing. You see, what you're saying here, Scott, is of course. In the past, we have done this where it's happened, where it's all been thrown away. That doesn't matter. It's going to hurt if it happens. If you hold off celebrating now, you are not going to hurt any less if it happens. So
I better hurt Scott to write that fucking comment.
This isn't addressed at Scott. I'm addressing everyone. The point is that it's going to hurt whatever happens. It is going to hurt if things go wrong. And it's not going to be any more or less painful if it does happen. So at least if you celebrate now, you get a little bit of joy now, you know, and then the hurt will be the hurt if it happens. You know, that's my thinking on that sort of thing.
Yeah, we're got to 1-1.
Who?
Sorry.
Chelsea 1-1.
Chelsea 1-1.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, please. As Ben says, please, you know, fondle, make love to the like button.
Yeah.
Don't Richard Keys it. Just
Finger it.
serenade it. You know? Or finger it. You know, serenade it. Make it your paramour. You know, you don't have to hurt it. Just gentle click.
Yeah.
Do you know in the last 6 seasons we made 4 finals? Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers
But again,
for that.
no, but did it hurt when we lost those 4 finals?
Of course it
Did it hurt like anything? Right.
Yep.
So, and would it have hurt less if we hadn't celebrated getting to the final? Do we think? Do we genuinely believe that it would have hurt less to hold off, to not get excited?
Well, you saw the celebrations after the Ajax game, so there's your point.
I think what you've got to add into this, and what makes it slightly different, is all of those finals and all of those semi-finals. Not one of them had anything to do with Arsenal benefiting from it.
Yeah,
that's the big problem. Yes, the Arsenal fans would have had how they got to a final and screwed it up, but if we lose and they win, that could possibly be the worst day of my life. Like, categorically, the worst day of my life.
But even if you celebrate us being in 4th now, it's not going to hurt any less if they get it from us. If they get it from us, it'll be fucking devastating. I would be absolutely. It would hurt like shit. But and people say, well, I don't want them to be able to lord it over us. They're going to do it if they get it, whether or not we are humble or prideful now. So
this is why we just got to make sure we don't run our mouth too much, because it will come back. It will come back. It will come back. Honestly, it will come back and bite you in the arse.
If we run our mouths off or don't run our mouths off, it will come back to bite us on the arse. They'll make sure of that. So we might run our mouths off. It's fun.
I agree with everything you're saying. Just the fact that it's the filth is very, very hard for me. Like I said, for everyone, not just me, but for everyone. And my hatred of that team is so ingrained in me that it's just, like I said, that's just the only thing. But it doesn't matter because we're winning on Sunday, so it doesn't really matter. And I agree with Bob. We're winning 4-1.
All of this talks to what Bob's been saying for a long time, and what I've been trying to sort of echo when I'm on, is about our mentality up here, right? I've said it before that Liverpool fans, they always back their team, deluded or otherwise. They do it. They don't care. They don't give a shit about what other fans will do to them. They don't give a shit what Everton fans might say to them, what Man United fans might say to them. They push their team all the time. We don't. We sit there and we don't believe that our team are going to do it, and we call it not being deluded. But it's just football. Enjoy it. Enjoy the delusion. The delusion can be fun. Is my view on it. You know, So this is why I'm saying fans should celebrate how. Yeah, of course. I'm not going to say don't celebrate the way you want to. Celebrate whatever you want. It's not my job to tell you. But my suggestion to you is the more positive you are, even if it has no effect, it still has an effect on you. You know, you'll be more positive. You'll enjoy more. And then if there is some ephemeral, undefinable effect that it has on our team's mentality, then that's just a bonus. That's just my thinking on it. So talk to me about Sunday, guys.
What can I say? I reckon it's a 4-1 win. They're going to come out and want to play their style of football and give the fans something to cheer to and look forward to. And the one team you don't want to come out and leave gaps in the back is an Antonio Conte team. Not only that, an Antonio Conte team that has a player going for the Golden Boot. I just think all the ingredients are in there. We are just going to be too much. I wouldn't be surprised if they score the first goal, just to set the cat amongst the pit and net. But what we've got to remember as well, when we talk about that second coming third, when we talk about these finals that we got to and lost, there's one massive difference, and that is Antonio Conte. And this manager will not. He simply will not stand for it and will not let it happen. All this week, he will be. Do you know what? I don't even think this week is so much about the on the field training. It's him getting into their heads and getting into their mentality and saying, right, listen, it's kind of like when you go into the army and they break you down and then they rebuild you to be a machine. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing, and that's what he'll be doing this week, in my honest opinion. And just that, I think we win it mentally immediately. And then they'll go get the job done, and some will have the Golden Boot to himself, not shared, to himself. He's getting a hat trick.
As unlikely as it is, how funny would it be if we drew against Norwich and Arsenal won 15-0 and lost out by 1 goal?
Mate, do you know what? Bob, I've actually even seen it, because you got to remember what happened a couple of weeks ago with Bristol Rovers. They had to win 7-0. And they went and done it. I mean, obviously, it's a lot higher score, and this is the Premier League, and it's a score that's never been hit. But final days of the season chucks up some weird things. That's not going to be one of them. But could you imagine if that did happen? Do you know what? If you gave me the option of we won it like a 1-0 easy, or we lost and they got 15-0 and 1 goal behind, I think I'll take that one just for shits and giggles. Just for shits and giggles.
That's true.
Guys, we've got the better players. We've got the better manager. We've got the better strikers. We've got the better defenders. We've got better midfielders. 4-1, easy. It's going to be easy.
No, easy. But guys, the thing is that we don't even have to win. Yeah. All we need to do is not to lose. Right?
Yeah, but we can't go in with that mentality. We can't go in with that mentality.
We can't go in with that mentality, right? But we're not going to go in there with to draw the game. I guess we will be going in there to win the game. But all right, so I guess a lot of pressure is not on us at the moment, right? It's more on the other side, right? But what we've been seeing, how Everton plays today, right? The chances of them actually getting out there.
Penalty to Burnley, by the way. I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated live.
We've lost half the panel seemingly. Should we all switch our cameras off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Shelf Show. You don't know which one of us is talking.
And which one of us is smoking?
I'm all by myself. No, Bob's back. Excellent. One third of the panel is here. 2/3 are gone. This is fantastic.
Penalty to Burnley. We shall.
Yes.
I'll let you know.
Penalty to Burnley.
Mr. Barnes is going to take it. The guy who hit the post.
Building up. Oh, Randall Parney's back.
Yeah.
So at least we've got someone from Shelf Side.
Important penalty for Burnley. With Everton losing as well, and Leeds with their goal difference. This is a very, very important penalty for Michael Jackson. We just hope the penalty isn't bad. And he runs up and scores. Burnley 1-0 away to Villa.
Amazing stuff. Nick, carry on. I'm just doing something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's on mute. And he's on mute.
Just a big up, Iggy, if you're watching, mate. Big up, mate. You've just Tottenham away have just gone past 5,000 subscribers.
Oh, big up, Iggy. Big up.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely insane. They've gone from like
congratulations,
3,000
Iggy.
to 4,000 to 5,000 in like, I don't know, 3 weeks or something ridiculous.
Absolutely.
So,
Well deserved. Well deserved.
absolutely big up.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of wankers anyway, but
Yeah.
Well,
it started when
Stella
started his cooking show, right? So, yeah.
Still had to leave flee the country because all the bad he's coming his way.
That's why I say he's going to be a fugitive in Kuala Lumpur.
Do you know what the funniest thing is? Stell was getting absolutely bombarded, right? And he sent me this. He said, "I just got sent this from people that don't even know me.
Yeah,
and it's the shoot me if we get top 4. You've seen that?
Yeah.
People just inboxing him that picture. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. So yeah, big up, Iggy. Yeah, well done, mate. I can see you just seen it. But yeah, mate, 5,000, incredible.
Brilliant, mate.
Oh, well congratulations, boys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Is the top three? The top three all
black out?
To do something.
Why
I don't know. Everyone just decided to switch their cameras off. It all started with Al, as it always seems to. You know, he breaks internet, he switches the cameras off, and it's just like a thing. You know, I don't know. It just seems to happen randomly when Al's around. I don't know why. It's very.
Bit of a preview to in the Wolves question. Who's been the most improved player?
Now we know why.
Season.
There you go.
Yeah.
One at a time.
Most improved season player for who?
Who's been our most improved player?
Spurs.
Ben Davies.
We don't need to see that.
Sorry.
We don't need to see that, Al.
Sorry about that. Okay, it's been Jesus wept. We come on to talk about.
I'll say it again for you, Bob. Ben Davies.
Ben Davies, most improved player. He's never really been let us down, has he? He's always been Mr. Safe and Sound. I don't know. I'd put Dyer in there.
Dyer is in there.
Even Kim said, and we all know what Kim's thoughts are to Dyer. Even she suggested Dyer.
Dyer's in there. I think with Davies.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, just to pause the football talk because obviously we're not used to it on Shelfside Spurs show. Scott, I had to kick him out just briefly because he started talking about most improved player and he started looking at his crotch. It was quite frightening, really. But yeah, sorry, carry on, guys.
No, I say with Ben Davies, we kept deploying him at a left back, where he'd obviously played in the back three for Wales and has done well, very well for Wales. And not only that, last season when he had to play 9 or 10 games in a row because Reguilon for a shot was injured, he got battered at Brighton and got tore apart and looked leggy, looked tired, looked battered, looked completely out of sort and was like, right, you got to go. And he's pretty much played every single game under Antonio Conte, even during Dyer's injury and Romero's injury. He's been the one that's been there. And in the last few games, he has been our best defender with Romero out. By far, he has been our best defender. And I think, do you know what? I've had this discussion with Bob many, many a time. With all the time, we said players need to get out. They're bad eggs. They're bad this. They're just not good enough. Ben Davies was never one of the ones you'd associate with being like a dressing room problem or bad mouth in the club or in a clique. I mean, he was in one with Bale and Roden, but that's not really there's no drama with Ben Davies. You know what you get. He's a 7 out of 10. Normal. That's his like. You won't get an 8, 9, 10 out of him. But I have been, and I was a fan of him when we signed him. When we actually signed him, I preferred him to Danny Rose. I couldn't stand Danny Rose, but because I thought he was always out of position and always. But once Poch got hold of him, Poch changed him and made him the player he was for a few seasons. But I've always liked Davies. Obviously, that's gone down a bit throughout the last few seasons. But But this season, I think he's been brilliant, and that's why I say for me, most improved player because of also the amount of games he's played as opposed to Dyer.
Yeah. I think what Conte did with Davis is that I think he changed his position to a three at the back on the left, right, and he's made Davis been able to clear the ball further away than his normal 5 feet clearance, right, and he's been terrific in the blocks. You know, he's been doing very good blocks when people shoot, coming back into cover in all the positions. So big credit to Conte to transform Davis into a better player. I still remember last season while we were like, you know, get him out. He can't kick the ball 3 feet from himself, right? And he keeps passing to the opposition player whenever he gets the ball. I guess it's time. Maybe would you guys take him as a squad player?
Definitely a squad player.
Without doubt.
Yes,
100%. We need that experience. Fergie always kept. You're talking about Davis, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, Fergie always kept an experience. He might not even get a single minute once we upgrade the back four, but for his experience, for his professionalism, he's never on the back pages, front page. Same could be said about Dyer as well. But the experience that Ben Davies brings to that, and from what you hear, his intelligence that he brings to the squad as well, I think is going to be of big importance. Remember, he's played in the Champions League. He's played in international tournaments with Wales. And he's always been at the forefront.
Birds from you.
That's me, yeah. So I'll mute for the moment.
He's got all the birds.
You're not going to get a copyright strike for birds tweeping. Tweeping? Yeah. RESCEPTA.
I'm having a cigarette outside.
Why does it sound like you're in a concert hall?
Nah.
Who's that?
Say something. Yeah, go on, say something.
Who?
Eugene.
Me?
Eugene. Yeah. You sound like you're in a concert hall.
You're very echoey.
All right, let me do some adjustments.
He's actually at a karaoke bar right now. He's about to bust a number out.
Yeah, but it's the worst karaoke bar in Malaysia because there's no one else there at all. It's just Eugene. It's just Eugene,
and he's getting feedback from the mic as well. So yeah.
No, it's new mic thing, so I need to do adjustments.
Okay, no, that's cool. No, it's not. It's not that. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's all right. I think we've got to cover a very, very important question, though. In that, what is it about Al and him basically being a media whore?
I'm even streaming from outside now. I'm even streaming outside. That's
he's doing a live broadcast. Bob,
I have to say, it's like you teleported downstairs.
No, that's why I went. That's why I went. Took the cam off, Brian, because it takes me a while to get down there, mate.
Okay,
Bob, what do you think about Alan streaming everywhere he goes?
I think it's absolutely fantastic. He needs to get around. He clearly likes birds. So no, it's all good. I think the more Al people can have in their lives, the better. I think it's you had me at hello, Al.
At least.
I'm even thinking about taking a trip round the pond. You know, just for a stroll.
You should do it
round the pond. You have a pond in your outside your house?
Not far from here, yeah.
Oh. Go on, take us on a tour.
I've seen him swimming.
A little tour. Come on, Al.
Take us on a stroll.
I'll take you for a stroll. I will be lighting another cigarette.
What's that? MTV? What's it called?
MTV Cribs.
Cribs, that's it. With Al.
Here's my fridge full of marmalade.
Yeah. Here's my bread bin where I make toast.
Are we ready to roll with the amazing speed of a scooter?
You are literally ready to roll.
How far away is it though, Al? How far away is it?
About 1 minute, 2 minutes.
Look at this. Shelf side on location.
That's a big garden.
Shelf side on location.
Look at him go, look. He's going to the West Wing. Yeah. Pond. Pond.
Who knows the street hawk music?
His Wi-Fi's gone. Don't worry, his mobile data should kick in.
Do you know what would be a shame if you just saw a lorry just take him out.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That is so dark.
No, you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to
I
happen?
can't go
He's going to
far
come
because I
back.
lost the connection.
put your data on, Al. Put your data on.
Turn your Wi-Fi off.
Put your data on.
Oh, put your data on.
Put your data on.
Oh, hang
lost the
on.
Put your
connection.
data
How
on.
funny would it be if he actually lands in the pond?
I can't get.
And the pond is.
Or
I
he
can't
does
get to the. I
EP,
can't get
does
to
an
the
EP
pod
and
because
starts
there's no
flying across the
Wi-Fi
pond.
there. I ain't got it on 4G.
What do you mean you can't get to the pond?
Well,
Always
I can,
promising
but
out
I've got
and
to put
always
4G on.
under-delivering, mate.
Put your data on.
I've got to put my
So-
4G on.
How
I ain't
big's
got
your
it. I've got it on-
garden? Because I heard indicators go off.
Yeah.
So
that's just the front
could
yard,
be a
Bob, you
regular.
know.
I think
I
this
just
is
want
going
to
to be
get
a
some
regular.
Fast and Furious music in the background.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the front.
Yeah.
That's the front yard. But I can't afford the backyard as well.
You first on mute and then you carry on talking.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Meow.
He's reversing into the front door.
He
There
actually
he
is.
goes.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Harris was hoping that what I said was going to happen.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, that's unfortunate, Al. You'll be able to go back and watch it. I said that it would be. I don't think. Maybe I did say it'd be funny.
It's not going to be
But,
funny now. Don't say it. Don't say it.
No. Okay.
I will just very quickly.
He wishes
very,
he's
very
dead. No.
It's all kicking off in the chat. Nothing related to what we're talking about. All I'll say, guys, is we all love Spurs. Be kind to each other.
Yeah.
I know that I'm guilty of not doing that.
Oh,
but,
surprise! Scott
You know,
M's involved.
Right.
Oh, is he?
Big up, Scott.
Oh, Cougar, that's brilliant.
We
Oh,
got
Cougar's
Cougar
now.
in
Oh my
now.
God, Cougar's in now.
This is like watching Ayrton Senna's last race. Fuck me sideways. Johnny,
Don't put it-
please come back. All is forgiven. I've
Don't
lost
put,
all
it, Al,
control.
don't put it in the wall, mate. Don't put it in the wall. That's all I'm going to say.
In the wall is on Saturday, though.
Yeah, but he hasn't got
that's
an invite. He hasn't got an
I'm
invite.
joking. See what I did? Oh, I'm plugging Bob's show. You see, I'm the nicer of the two out of us two. He knows that.
He's having another. He's having another fag, old Al. Al's
Yeah.
live.
How many fags have you had?
This will be the second one because I didn't get a chance to do the next one.
What?
Born to Lose 73.
Yes.
Shades of Phil Daniels in Quadrophenia with Alan on that scooter. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely right. And then later on, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have an update on Mrs. Owl as well, potentially. Any news on Mrs. Owl? Owl?
She tell me she's not in the pond.
Put it this way: she booted me upstairs while she was watching her TV downstairs. Yeah, so that's why you don't see Mrs. Al much now because she just she tells me where I've got to go.
Well, I'm not surprised now. After my experience of Thursday night, I'd tell you where to fucking go. That's for certain.
Wait, excuse me, I had a chat with you as well. I mean, if I don't get banned after what you've done,
So,
you know,
just kidding. What's going on with this pond? You seem to be just in the front door.
I lost the connection, Brian. Lost
Can you
connection.
see the pond if you turn the camera the other way, or is it too far into the manor?
It's too far into the manor, but
So
I'll have
the
a.
note.
Scott and Puddy, I'm going to put you both in timeout if you keep going. All right.
That's funny. I'm enjoying it because they're
I
both
can't see any of it.
they're both talking absolute codswallop. It's absolutely brilliant. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. I'm loving it.
Big up, you two.
Big up to everyone in the chat. Please do hit that like button because it helps. It helps us. It helps us. Can we do it in an Arsenal voice, please, Bobby? Please. The whole.
The big up, and I don't want to speak. I will get suspended for 6 months.
That translates to please gently caress, tickle, fondle, stroke. Whisper sweet nothings to the like and subscribe button.
Fuck it,
Please do keep commenting. It's silly though it is. It's wonderful. So, getting back to Norwich. So, come on, who really is properly confident? I'm putting my hand up and I'm saying I believe 100% we are going to destroy them.
There's a lot of chat about what's reality. The reality is we've got better players. Norwich is shit officially, and it will be a comfortable win. So
Spawn.
The reality is we should be going into the game full of confidence. The reality is we should be expecting and believing and wanting to win. That's the reality. The result, the statistical side, we'll see it full time. But the reality is they're shit and we're good.
Everton has scored.
Everton have
Is that
pulled one back.
Dele Alli came on at half time.
Yep.
See,
who gets scores?
You may end up getting a coffee if you stroke the like button. So please do.
1-2 Everton.
Stroke it fondly.
I've still got my free one for saying Danny Kiriaka would be last one to arrive at the last. Mate, always hedge your bets on Danny. There's a bet on timing,
It's birthday today. It's
always
birthday
bet
today,
Danny.
isn't it? It's birthday.
It is his birthday today.
So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
He's not here.
Happy birthday.
I
don't care.
I've done it already.
Happy birthday.
In the Arteta voice. Everyone's got to do it in Arteta voice.
Happy birthday.
Everyone's got to do it in Arteta voice.
Okay.
I
Ready?
don't know why Bob has to tuck his head down just a little bit to get that tone of voice.
We haven't started. After three. We haven't started. I don't know what the fuck you're doing now.
It was horrendous the other day, Rez. It's going to be even worse today. And I
It was
promised
horrendous
Danny,
on Tuesday.
I promised Danny that we wouldn't do it.
And in the chat, by the way, everyone in the chat needs to sing it as well. If you don't, we'll know.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone, I'll take the voice after three. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday.
Just put my head down.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. Happy
Happy birthday to you. I can't think much. This is 26 months.
There you go. Right. Will, I know that you didn't sing, right? I
Yeah.
told you we'd know.
Right.
You didn't sing. All right.
And the
Not
one
good.
thing is, the thing about that, Will is actually a phenomenal bloody singer.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Will
Yeah.
Stewart is
Yeah.
an absolutely outstanding singer, and I'm being deadly serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've heard him sing before.
I don't believe it.
No, I don't believe it either.
I don't believe it.
I don't
You
believe
had
it.
to go back.
Send me
you
a
had to go
video.
back
Send
about
me a
a
video,
year.
Will, and I'll play it.
No, you had to go back about a year when he sang.
Get him on.
Yeah.
Very
Get him
good
on.
singer.
Kick Al out and get him on.
Kick-
Get him on to sing
Kick me
live.
out, I can enjoy my cigarette. But Will, I'm not going, mate. Not a problem.
All right, I'll send the link to Will now.
Sophie, did Iggy sing? Did Iggy sing?
I don't think you did.
And
No.
Will and Iggy did Sophie sing?
They're on
You
5K
need-
subscribers. They're too important to sing now.
Yeah.
That's true.
They have people to sing for them.
They have people to sing for them.
That's it, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Sophie
Yeah,
was
big
singing
up.
for Iggy.
Oh, of course, as the sort of
He
assistant.
demanded
Absolutely.
it. He demanded it.
Yeah. So no, big up to Danny. Hope you're having fun in Croatia, mate. And
Happy birthday.
happy birthday. It's an important one for Daboon, as I like to call him. It's an important one. I'm not going to say which one. He's 60. So yeah.
Hostel. Anybody seen Hostel, the film?
Yes.
No, is
That's set
that
in
is Danny in
Croatia.
that?
That's set in Croatia,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be so funny if that happened to Danny.
It genuinely wouldn't.
Fucking hell, we've gone dark this week.
Oh.
Jesus. Trucks
Oh.
slamming into Al, psychos in hostels happening to Danny. What was the other one that we talked about? Oh, Mrs. Al falling in the pond. Jesus Christ,
You
people.
what? What have you done to Mrs. L?
We haven't done anything.
Nothing.
What have you done to
We've given
Mrs.
her an
L?
idea, Al, of what she can do to you.
Oh,
Yeah, there's been fantasies of what might happen to us in very, very unfortunate things.
Rez,
I'm
Mrs. Al will be like, "Yes, Alan, I'll turn your data on. You go to the pond, and then she'll just force the acceleration. Al goes in, done.
yeah. Yeah. The thing is that
Accident.
because the scooter's so loud, she can just walk along behind him with no problems. You won't hear her, and just get to the thing. A little bit of pull one of the wires out, and just be yeah. Mark's can sing. He's got a brand new combine harvester. And it sounds authentic, allegedly. Nick hopes that Al gets hit by a truck. Bob cheers for Danny to get tortured, and I'm the one being called out.
1-1, by the way, between Villa and Burnley.
Thanks, Nick.
I think Scott just won the internet.
Yeah.
So a look ahead Premier League predictions, people. What do we think? Other than does any of it matter? Does any of it matter outside of the top 4 race and the relegation battle? 8th to 15th is set. So let's hear it. Who is going down? Who's going down? Other than Norwich. Let's go. We'll go round. We'll start with Eugene. Who's going down with Norwich and Watford?
Leeds.
Oh, you reckon Leeds? Excellent. So let's have a look at the table. From what I understand, Leeds are currently on 35 points. Is that right? No, I need the live table. Bear with me. Excusez-moi, need the live table. Here we go. So Leeds are currently 18th on 35 points. Everton are 1 ahead of them on 36. Burnley are 1 ahead of Everton.
Burnley on 35 as well now.
Yeah, because they've just scored. That's right. Yeah, because so it's not.
Leeds have a minus 38 goal difference, which
That's
I think is going to fuck them up.
That will go against them.
Yeah. Okay. So we reckon that Leeds will go down. Brian, who do you think is going down?
Well, Bob will know this because I said it on his show at the very, 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 very start of the season before
the start of the season.
And I'm not changing my mind. And it's exactly what Eugene said, and it's Leeds.
You reckon Leeds as well?
Yep, said it from before the season kicked off.
Excellent. Okie doke. Al?
You're on
mute.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we agree. We agree.
Whatever it was you said, we agree with you.
Yeah, we agree.
And he's still on mute.
Leeds.
There we go, Leeds.
That was like
it's not one of those bad kung fu movies.
I reversed the scooter again, so I had to turn the volume off.
You had to reverse the scooter to turn the volume off. Or you had to turn the volume off to reverse.
Too much beeping, Brian. Too much beeping.
I'm with you, like the security van.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, with you.
Everyone seems to be of the thinking that it's Leeds. Bob, who do you think?
Yeah, when Brian mentioned it was going to be Leeds before the season started, I thought wanking off to dwarf porn got to his head too much. But it's turned out to be true, and that was a bad tackle.
What it's shown is that wanking to dwarf porn actually gives you powers.
Exactly. That's actually going to be on Brian's headstone. We all laughed as usual when Brian mentioned predicted something, but no, good on him. He stuck his neck out and he got it right. I couldn't see it, but Leeds definitely. It is like Ranjit mentioned. The goal difference is massive, man, and I think that counts as a point or a -1 point when you're in dire straits. So Leeds for me as well.
Yeah, when you look at the current, I mean, if it is those three, their goal difference is shockingly bad. I mean, Leeds is the best of the lot, and it's -38. I mean, it's horrendously bad. Nick Ranjil Pani, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it will be Leeds, but there is, and Will's just said. I mean, Burnley play Newcastle on the last game of the season, so that could be a bit of a banana skin. But and Leeds go to Brentford, so yeah, I still think it'll be Leeds just purely on that goal difference. They might get a draw.
Burnley will be at home, right?
Sorry,
Burnley will be at home.
Burnley are playing at home against Newcastle. Yeah. Leeds are away at Brentford, and Everton are away at Arsenal.
So. That's what it is with Brentford away, and it's a tough game. Brentford have been playing well. I do think it's going to be Leeds. I don't think, but I agree with Will. I don't think anyone's going to win at the final on the final day. I don't think Burnley going to hold on to a draw. So yeah.
Mark is hoping that it's Everton because of Fat Frank.
No, I don't. You don't want it to be Everton, because if it's Everton, there's another stat coming our way which will be we will be the only ever present in the Premier League that hasn't won the bloody thing.
Correct.
So just so we don't have another
That's
fucking
right.
thing thrown our way, I do not want Everton going down.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's the thing, isn't it? So I think it's pretty academic. I think we all agree that 3, 4, third, fourth, and fifth is set. It's going to be Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal. So the only real battle that now remains is who is going to finish in the Europa League and who is going to be in the Conference League out of Man United and West Ham.
Are we saying Man City definitely going to win the title then, Red?
No,
No, but it doesn't matter because 1 and 2 is done. Ultimately, there's nothing that can be changed. Either Man City or Liverpool. We already know that. But 6th and 7th, that will change which competition they'll play in next season. Will says, I believe it was it you, Will, that said that West Ham will finish above Man United.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be Man U or West Ham who take up the second Europa League berth?
It's Ten Hag's first game, isn't it?
West
Ten
Ham.
Hag's first game. We'll see. We'll see. It's Man United have been shit this season.
what do you mean it's Ten Hag's first game?
It's come in. It's come in this week.
Yeah, but I don't think he's managing the team on Sunday. I think
it's there.
No,
it could
I mean,
non-officially be his first game.
No, with that,
Mate, if it's towards between Man United and West Ham, of course we're going to go Man United.
well, you got to look at Man U as well already. I mean, I saw on Sky Sports today that Ten Hag game messing about straight away. He's put Wan-Bissaka up for sale and been like, right, he ain't mucking about. It's going to be very, very cutthroat there. And if that's what he's doing, like Bob said, I didn't know that he was in England. I knew he was in England, but I thought he was just analysing and not going to have anything to do with Sunday. But Bob's completely right. If he's in London, in Manchester, he's going to be pulling strings in there and thereabout, and he's coming out and putting people up for sale without even having a moment with them. It's like, right, you're gone. They're going to be ruthless. They're going to be ruthless.
Is it worth looking at who each of them are playing as well? Because Man United are away to Crystal Palace and West Ham are away.
I really do. No, West Ham away at Brighton.
Yeah, West Ham are at Brighton. Man United are at Palace. Again, coming back to the thing, Will says that they won't get any points at Palace. Scott thinks that United will finish above West Ham. Ellie is hoping that Man United in the Conference League will be hilarious. Just on the top two, City are going to bottle the league.
United get a draw,
destined to win the quad.
That's exactly what I've been saying.
If United only get a point and West Ham win, West Ham will be there because their goal difference is better. So
West Ham are currently on
+11.
West Ham are currently on +11 and Man U on +1. So that may well think. So let's go round very quick and then we can expand on each one. Eugene, 6th place, United or West Ham?
West Ham.
Brian?
I'm going based on what Bob just said with Ten Hag actually being there. I'm going to have to go United. Only because of Ten Hag and what they're playing. Oh, you said you're going to extend after. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, we'll extend after. Yeah, absolutely. Nick?
Sadly, West Ham.
Bob?
Yeah, I hate West Ham, so I hope Man United finish 6th.
And Al?
Man U.
Man U. Okay, so it's 3 for Man U, 2 for West Ham. So very finely balanced. Tell us what your thoughts are, guys.
It's not finely balanced, does it really, mate? But it's all right.
You didn't give your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't actually have one, if I'm being honest. I honestly don't know. I can't tell.
You should have said West Ham, then it would have been
basically you're doing host privileges, yeah?
I'll say West Ham, so that's 3-3.
So it's finely balanced now.
No, it's finely balanced, yeah.
Now it's finely balanced.
Eugene, what are your thoughts? Guys, tell why do you think that?
Why I think it's West Ham. I think Moyes has got them more solid now, right? But going to Brighton will be tricky because Brighton's in a good form. But I still think, but I think I think West Ham will still be able to beat them. And as I see United, if Ten Hag comes in now, right, they're already in a mess. do you think he can get a tune out of them, or will he make it worse? Because he's already said that he's going to get rid of this player, get rid of that player, right? All these players are going to be very nervous. Will they be able to perform at Crystal Palace? That's how I see it. Yeah.
Right. Anyone else, guys? What do you think?
Yeah, I just like I said, with Ten Hag coming in, I'm a big fan of him. I wanted him at Spurs after Mourinho left. He's come in, and you got to remember the turmoil that dressing room's in. Like, there's fight, there's everything. He's coming in, and it looks like he's ruling with an iron fist immediately. Well, you.
Sorry, Brian. Sorry. Did you?
How we keep the fucking noise down, right? Sue's
Yeah,
got
mate.
programs. Fuck's sake.
So yeah, well, so I just think Ten Hag coming in is going to wake those players up now, and I think putting someone like Wan-Bissaka up immediately for Sal, they've realised now it's been interim manager after interim manager and whatever, and they could just get rid of people and act with their stupid attitudes. Whereas now, I think that Wan-Bissaka message is going to hit home, and they're going to be like, oh shit, this gravy train where we just do fuck all and get paid handsomely for it is about to end.
Has he been one of the sort of the bad attitude players? Is that what's prompted Ten Hag actually?
You look at it, this is where the football transfer market's gone mad. You have one good season at Crystal Palace and he's £50 million player in his very, very early 20s. There's absolutely no substance to be. Listen, Crystal Palace wanted it paid and Man U paid it. So more for Manchester United, but that's what today's market's like. You want to pay for 50 million?
Can that also be said to be true of Maguire?
Very much so.
With price tag.
Very much so. The stupidest thing United did was make him captain. You don't go from Leicester City captain. Listen, being a captain of a football club is always an honour and a thing, but you don't realise how big Manchester United is. Like you do as a fan base, we know how big they are. There's a Kimber. We know how big we know how big of a club that is, but you don't go from being captain of Leicester City to captain of Manchester United when there's been players there longer than you, more established, whatever. It's never going to work, and that they paid stupid money for him. I mean, how he is more expensive than Virgil van Dijk, I never know. But that's again the stupid market we live in.
And how much has Ronaldo been a factor in Man U's current play? And do you think that this is going to be something that carries on to next year's season as well? What's Ronaldo? What does the future hold for Ronaldo with regard to Man United, in your view?
In my opinion, he'll carry on being the star he is. Bob and I again spoke at the very, very beginning of the season when he signed, when we were just starting Tottenham on tour. And we said that he's going to come in and be their top goal scorer. We said he's going to make a huge difference. And he has. If it wasn't for him, God knows where they'd be right now. And then obviously the absolute tragedy that happened to his young child. Still comes back and plays and scores. He is a huge part of Manchester United. And Ten Hag will realise that. And I think he's still got a bright future there next season.
And just because he's just taken a big mouthful. Eugene, what about Ronaldo next season? No, I'm kidding. Chew. I don't want you to choke or anything. Al, what do you think? Next season, Ronaldo?
No. I want to hear from Eugene.
Okay. Eugene, next season, Ronaldo, yes or no? You come on my show and eat, that's the price you pay. All right? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Look at him, Brian, you see that? My show. Come on, my
yeah. Yes, boss.
Fuck it, I'm out.
Do you know what? I think that
changed,
new
Red,
camera
you've
is
changed.
showing just how big that head is.
Don't go adding me back in. I'm done.
The thing is that he can't add himself to the stream, which is a problem. Sorry, go on, Eugene.
But guys, if you say that Ten Hag comes in and if he really
I don't want to hear from Eugene anymore.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, Eugene. Carry on. I do
No, I
apologize.
say, like what Brian says is
Next
true.
season, is Ronaldo going to be there next season? Do you think?
No, if
Genuinely.
Ronaldo can buy into Ten Hag's vision, right, and Ten Hag can get a tune out of Ronaldo, then he will still be there, and we'll see a very, very different United coming in for next season, right? But if those two can't get together, and if Ten Hag can't take Ronaldo's ego, then it'll be bye-bye. Simple as that, right? Most probably he'll go back to Real Madrid or maybe go to MLS or something like that. Or maybe he'll come to Spurs.
Yeah, of course he will. Because our chairman will pay his wages. Of course he will.
Of course he will, right? We've been linked to him, right? Don't forget.
Like, you know what? I can't see him coming to the MLS, though. I can see that.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sick would you be if Ronaldo came to Spurs?
I don't want him.
It's not even worth talking about.
Is it? You mean happy sick?
How define sick the way that you like?
You mean sick man?
Everton have
If you
equalised.
like. If you like,
Yeah,
who have you
Everton
equalised?
have equalised.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Richarlison,
yeah.
great goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were going back to the Man United West Ham question. Who felt West Ham? Anyone else left? Who thought? I thought West Ham, but I've got no thoughts about it. Oh, apparently Barry wants to. Barry's back. Sorry. Did you say West Ham, Barry?
I said West Ham, yeah.
What makes you think West Ham?
Well, because I don't see United getting anything at Palace. West Ham, even if United get a draw, West Ham win, they've got a better goal difference.
Do you see them winning at Brighton?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think Brighton now have done what they need to do. They're not playing for anything. West Ham are. So, yeah, I think it'll just be a bit of a parade in front of their fans. And, that'll be that. I think that's what I think. I don't think United are just, they've kind of given up, the last few games. So, whether Ten Hag is here or Ten Hag is there or what he's doing or anything else, I don't think it makes a difference. They haven't given a shit all season. So I don't see why they would start giving a shit now with the last game. So maybe I'm wrong, but I just see
Brighton have battered Man U at home. They beat Arsenal. They beat us. They've been playing some good football. I actually see them doing West Ham. I actually see a Brighton win.
Okay.
It could be a combination of there's 3 possible results, so they could get one of them.
I bet they get one of them. I bet they do, my friends. One of the 3.
I bet they do. They're either going to win, they're either going to lose, or they're going to draw.
Really?
Yeah.
Well said.
Good analysis. Yeah. Gary Lineker, watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of that, who would you guys like to see as the next host of Match of the Day?
Why is he leaving?
Yeah.
There is talk of someone, replacing him.
I don't know. I don't think he's given up his role on BT, but continuing the BBC.
Right.
But I didn't know. Now you're hearing the BBC as well.
There's talk for another year. It's Jermaine Genius, man.
Exactly. All day is going to be him.
Yeah. Although there's talk of James Corden.
Don't.
Yes.
Yep. Google it.
Yes.
Are you being deadly serious with me, Bob?
Yep.
Oh, please, no. No.
Who?
James Corden.
James Corden's in the running. Yeah.
Not a footballer, Eugene.
Okay.
I'll bring up a picture of James Corden, then I think you'll know who he is.
Smithy, the funny guy, but no.
Got an American talk show in America. West Ham fan.
Oh, James Colburn.
Corden.
I think
Give me a
Gavin
second.
and Stacey.
I'll bring a photo up for you, and you'll see. I don't think they've got Gavin and Stacey out there. If I'm being honest. No, seriously.
BBC Worldwide covers it, so they bloody well do, my friends.
We don't get it. I don't watch telly. Oh, this guy. All right.
Yeah.
No, I know who this guy is. Yeah.
I don't watch telly, but I know who this guy is.
He's that famous.
I'm
It's
putting
a bit like
my-
Daigle.
I'm
It's a
putting
bit
my
like
name in that.
Daigle saying, "I don't know what that subscription is on my phone bill, but we all know it's the War
Okay, Nick. At the beginning of this stream, before we went live, I said to you, do you know what? I get compared to a Brighton a Spanish international. You get likened to an EastEnders character, so I was going to give you that. Now you're pushing your luck. Brother.
I like Born to Lose's suggestion.
Who's that?
Okay.
Joe Pasquale.
If it was an Arsenal fan,
Yeah, it would be like that. It'll be like Bob's doing. Yeah, absolutely. George is in the house. Good to
Big
see
up, George. We were just
Big
saying,
up.
George,
We haven't
you.
not seen you for ages. Not seen you for
what's going on,
ages.
man?
Top man, it's George. Top.
Absolutely.
Probably
Absolutely.
busy-
Carl's in the
busy with
house
his
as well.
numbers
Thank
and
you
all
for
that.
joining us. Thank you for joining us. 29 people watching. Do please hit the like and subscribe button, notification bell. Don't have to hit it. Don't have to Richard Keys it. You can fondle it. You can make sweet, sweet love to it. Just as long as we get the like and subscribe. That's all we care about here. That's all we
Smack
care
it
about.
smack it like you think you're from Bel-Air.
Or that, if you wish. Yeah. We're going to come to the final little section here, and we've got a little Spurs quiz for you. Because, you know, there are Spurs quizzes out there that are just fucked in the head. And so we thought we'd do just a regular one. All right. It's 10 questions each. We'll go around
each
10 questions each. Won't take long. They're nice and easy, just to end the regular season show on a bit of a high. 10 questions each. We'll go round. So I'm going to put you in the order that I wrote you down because I can't be asked to redraw my fucking table again. Thanks to Nick popping down a bloody stream all over the fucking place. Sorry.
Hang on.
Here we
Before
go.
you get to your question, Rez, Iggy has a question.
Iggy has a question. Special question. How's
To
Cucurella
Brian,
enjoying life?
to Cucurella above me, how are you enjoying life in the Premiership?
Are you
A lot
enjoying?
better than Janine pushing you off a cliff.
Yeah. Okay. So there's your answer, Ranjula. George, hi guys. If you haven't forgotten you all, absolutely, we haven't forgotten you either,
Big up,
George.
mate.
It's fantastic to see
George.
you again. Big up to you, mate. Yeah, here we go. So, question one for Eugene. In 1963, Tottenham Hotspur became the first British team to win a European trophy. Which trophy was it?
Scott M, can you get onto Google, mate, and send me the answer?
The
So
first
it's 2
European
points-
trophy.
2 points
I know
for a
it's
correct
the
answer.
what? It was the
If
what?
they don't get it, we'll
The
throw it out to
UEFA
the panel and whoever answers
UEFA
first.
Cup?
All right.
UEFA Cup.
No, unfortunately, that's not right. First to answer.
European Cup Winners' Cup.
Couple just got.
Thank you, Al. Point
Oh,
for
man,
you.
I was on mute.
Wait a
Damn.
minute. Is it hands up? Is it first
No,
hands up or
shout
first?
it out. When I say no or I'll throw it open, just shout it out. Okay, so that's a point
Okay.
for Alan. All right. Brian, your first question is, in which year was the club founded?
1882.
There you go. Thank you very much. Excellent. Bear with me a sec. Sorry.
I'm waiting, Scott. I'm waiting in case I need your help on WhatsApp. I'll have it open.
Bob and Nick. So Alan gets the extra point on that one. Excellent. Alan, your question is: Spurs legends Chris Waddle and Glenn Hoddle assaulted the charts in the 1980s. What was the name of their hit single?
Diamond White.
No.
Diamond
Light.
No.
Diamond Light.
Wait. It wasn't Diamond White. So first to shout out.
Diamond Light.
Oh, I think we'll go with Brian on that one. I think we'll go with Brian on that one. Brian gets one. So, Bob, your question. Name the Spurs player who scored in the World Cup in the 1996 World Cup final.
Oh, bloody hell. Peters.
Well done.
Yeah, Martin Peters, absolutely right. Nick, your question, sir. Who was the Spurs manager when we lifted the FA Cup in 1991? You're on mute.
He's still on mute.
Good
You're
trick.
on mute.
He's checking. We shouldn't be allowed it. Pass it on.
Good trick.
Pass it on.
I can't hear you,
I'm not answering our
Very
process in that last question. So done. Someone else.
Okay,
Can have it.
throw it open.
Terry Venables.
Thank you, Brian. Terry Venables. That's
Yeah,
good.
you're going to give it to Brian anyway, so it doesn't matter.
All right, here we go. Okay.
Listen.
So, Eugene, your next question. Although qualifying for the UEFA Cup 4 times between 1986 and 1991, Tottenham Hotspur never played in the competition on the European continent during that time. Why not?
The band.
Very good. What kind of ban? Who was banned?
I'm not playing this.
Players.
It's worse than Tommy's.
Throw it open.
I'm going to have to throw that one
Player
open.
All of England because of Heinzel.
British household disaster.
Heiser there. Brian gets
Oh.
the on that one. Very good.
Of course, Brian got it. Of course, Brian got it.
I think
Of course,
so.
Brian got it.
3-2.
Your next question, Brian. Who was the first? What was the
Everton
name?
just scored, by the way. Everton just scored
Yeah,
again.
3-2.
Oh my God, there are people on the pitch. They think it's all over.
3-2.
It's still not. Brian, what was the name of Tottenham Hotspur's first ever manager?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, it wasn't Jesus Christ. That's wrong. Pass it on.
That's not just right.
No, do you know what, Brian? I am going to pass on that. Because it's gone out of my head.
Okay, throw it open.
Off a row.
Anyone?
Cameron?
No, not Cameron.
Off a row.
Not Arthur Rowe.
It wasn't off a row.
Bob Buckle then.
Not Bob Buckle. No. Nick?
Ooh,
I'm not-
by the way,
I'm not
DCL, Calvert-Lewin is actually having a go at his own supporters because they're all on the pitch and he's saying, "What the fuck are you doing on here? Get off!" And he's like laying into his own fans, which is right. I suppose it's right.
Damn right.
Everything. Yeah,
The answer to the question is Frank Brettle,
that's the
by
one.
the way. Alan, your next question. Which former Stoke City striker starred for Spurs in the early 1980s and in the early 2000s has been seen presenting the BBC's coverage of the Africa Cup of Nations?
Oh, I would have said Peter Crouch, but no, I don't know.
No? Throw it open.
What?
What was the question? Sorry, mate, I missed that. I was too busy
Which
watching.
former
Garth Crooks.
Stoke City striker what did you say, Nick?
Garth Crooks.
Correct.
He's Googled it.
Fuck
That's
off.
all right.
You Googled it.
Nick gets the point.
Oh, handball. Wait,
I'm on
wait,
share
wait.
screen with you. I know exactly what
Bob,
you're doing.
Your next question. How many goals did Jimmy Greaves score in the league in 1963 to take the top scorer accolade?
No idea, but
I'll give you, you'll have between, you can have 3 either side. So take a guess.
ooh, 50.
50. No, that's incorrect. I'll throw it open. I will go
37.
round one at a time. Go round.
40.
There you go. Brian got it. 37. That's correct. 37. 37 was bang on the money. Exactly correct. So, Nick, your question. What club did David Ginola play for before joining Spurs in 1997?
Look ahead. Nowhere else.
I don't care.
Listen, you got your
Newcastle.
extra point. Who was it?
Newcastle.
Who was that first? Was that Al?
Newcastle.
All right, we'll go with Al on that one.
You may want to do a hand up thing to make it a bit easier, Reg.
Yeah, I
to
think
stop
so,
Nick
yeah.
moaning.
Yeah. I don't think it will make a difference because it's like, who do I choose first?
Well, that's why you have your glasses on. And your new camera.
Indeed.
So
So,
HD vision.
Eugene, here we go. Which Scottish-born Spurs player tragically lost his life while playing golf?
My God.
Can't put your hand up yet, Brian.
You can.
Scottish Spurs player who lost his life playing golf.
I'll put a finger
Yes.
up there.
Don't know.
Oh yeah. Now put your fingers down because then I don't know who got it first. Anything, Eugene? Any idea?
No. No idea.
Okay. So first hand that I see, that was Brian. Yeah?
Surprise.
Wasn't it? Wasn't it,
Mate,
Brian?
listen, you
Who else
know
was
me
there?
with quizzes. Don't try me with quizzes. It's John White.
It's John White, correct. Brian, your next question.
Okay.
Which player played the most or holds the record for most league games for the club?
Are we talking Premier League or are you talking league
League
career-wise?
League career-wise, yeah.
Steve Perryman.
Steve Perryman, absolutely right. Okay. Alan, your next question. Here we go. A famous comment. Paul Miller will always have a place in my team. Which Spurs manager said that?
I've got a funny feeling it might be Ozzy Ardiles.
No, unfortunately not.
Bob's
First
hand
finger up.
Bob's hand was up.
Bob.
Yep.
Bob?
Birkinshaw.
No, it wasn't. Throw it open. Next hand up.
Then it has to be.
Brian. Was
Then
that
it
all
has-
right, Nick?
Yes, it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Brian.
He was, but
Yep.
Jeff Shreves.
Who?
Not Jeff. What's his name?
Ah,
Shreves is Peter Shreves. Peter Shreves.
Peter Shreves. All right.
unfortunately, you gave Jeff as your first answer. Right?
All right.
Unfortunately, you're not the quiz master, so go fuck off.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
this
sure.
is Rez's show, and he'll do what he likes.
Who's next? Bob.
Yes.
Which other London club was beaten by Spurs to win their 5th FA Cup in 1967? Or which London club did Spurs beat to win the 1967 Cup final?
Kim's googling in the background.
Oh, man. Was it Fulham?
Ah, no, it wasn't Fulham.
Eugene
First
had
finger up.
his hand up.
It was Eugene. So you haven't
Down.
thrown it open.
I wasn't looking. Ready? First finger up. Eugene. I saw
Millwall?
Eugene. No,
Nope.
it's not Millwall. Brian.
Chelsea.
It was Chelsea. Very good.
Such a cheat. You saw George's answer in the comments. What a cheat.
I'm not, mate, I'm not looking. You think I need to look at comments?
Stop it, George.
Right.
You think
Nick,
I need
here
to
we
look at comments?
I
I
wasn't
haven't
even looking at the
got
comments.
up.
Nick, your question. What year was Darren Anderson born?
Wait,
What
whose
year was
question?
Darren Anderson born?
Nick's question. Yeah, Ranjula's question.
19.
I'll give you can have a year either way.
Oh, only a year, but Bob gets 5 either way, yeah?
No, because
I got
the
3.
number was 37. 37, so 3 either way
I'm
is
joking. God, I'm trying to make it a little bit interesting.
It's
Jesus.
delaying you. It's delaying you.
I'm not
he
going
is just while he's Googling.
I'm not Look, I'm not Googling.
Three,
My hands are there. My eyes are forward.
1, 0.
1982. I don't know.
1982. Wrong. Throw it open. I saw Bob's finger go up first. Oh, yeah.
87.
Wrong. Brian.
1973.
Ooh, 1 away, 1972. So he gets the
Fucking old
point.
as me.
Sorry about that. 72. Yeah, absolutely. He's 50 this year. Okay. Who's next? Eugene, your question. I'm going to read this one. It's a bit long. As I was saying, he was handed by. All right. No, fuck that. That's a shit question. Okay. We've had this question recently on a stream. Eugene, who scored Tottenham Hotspur's first Premier League goal?
Ah, easy. Even I know that one.
Get your finger ready then. Not yet.
God, I remembered it, but I can't remember his name. Yeah. Don't know. Too late for
Don't
me.
know.
My
Nick,
brain is asleep.
I saw Nick. No, he threw a finger. Nick, go
No.
on.
I threw it up first.
VAR that. I was up before it.
Okay, we'll do a
And even
replay.
Nick-
Let,
even Nick
let
is down.
Bob have it. Let Bob have it. I don't care.
All right, Bob, who was it?
It was Gordon Jury.
It was Gordon Jury. Excellent. Very good indeed. Very good. Okay. Next question to Brian.
Yeah.
Who was the Rocket?
Ronnie Rosenthal.
Excellent. Very good.
Who wrote
very
these
good.
questions?
You're asking the one Jewish person who the Rocket was.
Yeah. Al, your question. What was the scoreline in the 1967 FA Cup final
Okay.
win over Chelsea?
2-0.
Oh, so close. Hands down. You can't have your hands up before I've thrown it open. And go. Bob.
2-1.
2-1. Very good indeed.
That
It
was
was
so blatantly, but I'm going to give it to Brother Bob. I'm going to give it to Bob.
Keep your hands down until I tell you. All right? Keep your hands down until I tell you. Right.
Keep your hands down until Rez tells you.
Yeah.
Keep your hands down until the rest tells you.
Bob will get this. Bob will get this in seconds because it's his favourite game. Who did Who did Paul Gascoigne beat, or which goalie did Paul Gascoigne beat with his thunderous free kick against Arsenal in the 1991 FA Cup semi-final?
David Sperm.
David Sperm is correct. Very good indeed. You could have also used his alternative. You could use his alternative name, which was what's it called? David
Spunkface.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So we come on to Nick. The club celebrated its 125th anniversary in 2007, highlighted by a designated anniversary game at White Hart Lane in October against Aston Villa. A thrilling game that ended up 4-4. But who scored the final goal to level the scores?
I've forgotten the question because it was like
what was the question?
It was like a Sean Butler question. It went on for 3 minutes.
At the 125th anniversary game in 2007 against Villa, the scoreline was 4-4. We were 4-3 down, and then we levelled the score. Who levelled the score for Spurs?
I couldn't give a shit.
Okay, that's not correct. No player called I couldn't give a shit has ever played for Spurs. Wait for it. First finger now. Alan.
Oh, you racist.
It was Eunice Cabal. Very good. Yeah, absolutely right. So, Eugene, in the 1960-61 season, Tottenham won the double. Who did they beat in the FA Cup final?
Millwall?
No, it's not Millwall. Get ready. Get your fingers ready. Not put them out. Get your fingers ready. And first finger. Bob. Leicester, very good. You got to be faster than that, Brian and Alan. All right, not quick enough.
I just glad there's a time lag in all the way to Canada. Great.
Brian, this question for Brian. Which ex-Blackpool player delivered Gazza's FA Cup winners medal to him in hospital in 1990? Paul Stewart, very good. Excellent. Alan, you see, Brian is way ahead because he's getting his primary questions right. Yeah. Alan, in what year did Spurs last lift the FA Cup?
1991.
Correct.
Why do I get questions like that?
Bob, after quitting Spurs in 1992, Gary Lineker ended his football career in which country?
Japan.
Japan, very good.
Grampus 8.
Yeah.
Grampus 8, indeed, that's correct. Nick, you're going to love this question. Entering the final game of the Premiership season in 2006, Spurs were sitting fourth.
Everton are safe, by the way.
Everton safe.
Amazing. Spurs were fourth in the table behind with the bitter rivals Arsenal in fifth. Spurs needed to win against West Ham, but unfortunately lost. What was the contributing factor to Spurs' loss that day?
The lasagna.
The lasagna.
I just have to tell you, I was watching that game in Israel, in a pub in Israel, and of all people to score the fucking winning goal was Yossi Benayoun. And you can only imagine what the pubs in Israel were doing. I was not best pleased.
Mental. Must have gone mental, absolutely. Okie doke. So, Eugene, which of these players did not play for both Spurs and Arsenal? And the choices are fucking ridiculous. Sol Campbell, Pat Jennings, Willie Young, and Jimmy Greaves. Who didn't play for both clubs?
Greaves?
Greaves is correct. Eugene scores his first points. Very good. Okay. Brian, which future Spurs player scored against the club? Sorry?
No, Willie Young.
Willie Young. Yeah.
Evergreen.
Right. So, which of these future Spurs players, or they were at the time, scored against Spurs in an FA Cup final? Was it Paul Stewart, Gary Lineker, Terry Fenwick, or Pat Vanden Hauwe?
Terry Fenwick.
It's Terry Fenwick indeed. Correct.
QPR.
QPR, very good. Alan, what was the last trophy that Spurs lifted?
Oh, it was now it's called Carabao Cup. I can't remember what it's called then.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that. The League Cup.
What the answer?
Carling Cup.
League
So
Cup.
Worthington Cup.
It was actually the league. It was at the time. I think it was the Carling Cup.
It was the 1999 one that was the Worthington Cup.
Yeah.
All right,
That's right.
Brian.
Yeah.
Trying to
So
cause some
Bob.
mayhem here.
No, actual fact, the Worthington was when we
Oh,
lost.
well, what is it with the coming into the camera today, making him more authoritative? Bob
the
goes like this
Worthington-
and he speaks like a Spanish manager. You go like this, you become authoritative.
Brian,
Last
yeah.
one. George just got it right, actually, Rez. The last cup was the Audi Cup. That we won.
Brian,
Audi Cup.
Yes,
Yeah.
Alan.
the actual
Audi
Worthington Cup was the year we lost
Here we
to
In
Blackburn.
fact, George has got the
The
right answer.
Worthington Cup was
Yeah, George
1999
was
as
right.
well.
Actually, George is right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It is the Audi Cup.
Okay. So, Bob, which Spurs player scored a memorable goal against Ipswich Town from the halfway line? I can give you multiple choice.
No,
if you need
no,
it.
I can get it straight away.
Yep.
Jason Cundy.
It was indeed him of the scumminess.
John Walt got the equaliser, by the way. Thank
He
you.
was
There
a
you go.
weird player, he was, man.
Yeah, he was.
Nick,
He was about 104 years old that night.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was.
Great player, great player.
Nick,
Oh,
How many
Which
more
Spurs
questions are
player?
there, Rez?
4 more
42.
for each person.
42.
Which player scored the goal that never was against Man United at Old Trafford in January 2005? Put your hands down, Brian. It's not hands time yet.
Pedro Mendes.
Yeah,
Pedro
no, I just
Mendes.
had crowd. I just had crowd.
Okay, that's good.
Oh,
You,
better
Jim,
now.
from which club? From which club did Spurs sign Robbie Keane in 2002?
Leeds.
Leeds, very good. Brian, time for your question. Which 2 international strikers of the 1990s left the club only to return again in our hour of need?
Jurgen Klinsmann
Mm,
and Teddy Sheringham.
very good. Excellent. Alan, we're moving fast now. The last trophy lifted by a Spurs team in the 1990s, what was the final score in that match in the 1990s?
Can I just say as well, do I get a point
1-0,
per
Alan.
player?
1-0, Alan
No.
Nielsen.
1-0, very good. 1-0, Alan.
Did I
Correct.
get a point per player, Red?
No, it's just 2 points for a correct answer.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so when
One and two.
Judas first joined Spurs, in what position did he play?
A striker.
A striker. Very good. Very
But it
good.
becomes more and more artificial as your head goes back. Striker.
Nick, what was goalkeeper Paul Robinson's big moment on the 17th of March 2007?
He scored a goal from a free kick out in his own half.
Very good indeed. Exactly correct. So, Eugene, which of these players was not signed as a goalkeeper for Spurs in the 1980s or 90s? So there's Brad Friedel, Hans Sagers, Ray Clements, or Eric Torsved.
1990s?
Yeah, so which of these goalkeepers was signed outside of the 80s or 90s?
The 4 keepers?
Brad Friedel, Hans Sagers, Ray Clements, or Eric Torsved? Not a very good question. I do apologize.
Easy.
So I'll give you a point anyway, but it is fairly easy.
Lemons?
It was Brad Friedel, I'm afraid. I'm not going to throw it open because it's shit.
All right.
Which Argentinian World Cup hero made a place for himself in an FA Cup legend as an FA Cup legend with the brace in the final against Man City? And that's for Brian.
Ricky Villa.
Wow.
Ricky Villa, of course.
Or yeah,
Alan.
people call
Where
him.
did Tottenham play their home game?
Alan, who was Spurs' regular goalkeeper in the double winning side of 1961?
Oh, Ted Ditchburn.
No. Throw it open. First finger.
Oh God, I'm going to take a guess.
Bob?
Parks.
No, not Parks.
Then it can only be Jennings.
Not Jennings. 1961.
Oh shit!
What was the question?
Who was Spurs' regular starting goalkeeper in the double winning side of 1961?
Brad Friedel. He's old.
No, it's Jonathan Blondell.
Alan Harris.
Timothy Atuba.
Can't run just Googled it.
1961.
Run just Googled it. By now.
Anyway.
Come on,
It was Bill Brown.
There you go.
I like that name.
Bob.
Yep.
Which of the following England internationals had a spell at Tottenham Hotspur? This is so easy. Was it Seth Johnson, Rio Ferdinand, Gareth Southgate, or Nick Barmby?
Ooh.
I've already given you the points. I'm not even going to bother waiting for your answer.
Uh,
Nick, in the 1984-85
famous 5.
in the 1984-85 Division 1 season, Spurs played a mid-March game against Liverpool. Which player scored the only goal of the match for Spurs, which finally erased a long-standing record between the two clubs? And I can give you multiple choice if you'd like it.
Yes, please.
Was it Garth Crooks, Glenn Hoddle, Gary Mabbutt, or Mark Falco?
Who's Garth Crooks?
Let's say Garth Crooks.
Garth
It was
Brooks.
indeed Garth Crooks. Very good. Well done. Okie doke. So into the final couple of questions. Here we go. Eugene, what season did Tottenham first win their league title? Their first league title?
First league title? 61?
No. Dear, oh dear. Wrong. Throw it open.
62?
Brian?
51.
51. Correct.
Oh, 51.
That's what the exercise he does with his fingers.
That's it. Exactly.
A lot of
Brian,
people
I'm
think
just
61 because of the double.
Brian,
Oh,
I'm just going to
61,
give you the first. I'm just going to give you the first 3 words of this question because I think that's all you'll need. Which Swiss manager?
Christian Gross.
Correct. Next question for Alan. Which team did Spurs beat in the 1984 UEFA Cup final?
Anderlecht.
1.
Correct. Anderlecht it was. Bob, Jurgen Klinsmann spent a total of how many seasons at Spurs?
1.5.
1.5, 2, correct. Nick, why do you always get the long questions? It's fucking ridiculous. Leicester have drawn with Chelsea, by the way, guys. So that's
Yep.
that done.
1-1.
Is that it? It means they're third.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dermot,
Okay,
if
so
you're
18
watching,
mil.
Dermot, if you're watching, enjoy your Tottenham on tour tattoo. That's what I want.
But there's crowd trouble at the end and they get deducted like 2-3 points.
Right.
I
So
should
during
keep
the
my mouth quiet.
2005 season, during the 2005 season, Spurs scored 5 goals in a league game 3 times, but conceded 5 goals in a league game once. To whom did they concede the 5 goals in a game to? Hold on, Eugene. Put your finger down. Not there yet, mate. Not there
In
yet.
when? What year?
In a year. I'm not going to tell you what year. What year?
Swindon Town.
In 2004, 2005 season.
Now you tell me the year, yeah? Thanks.
Yeah. No, go on. Go on. You haven't answered.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You just throw it out. It doesn't matter. It's gonna it doesn't matter what we finish on, right? Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like Eurovision. We're gonna go to the public vote, and those votes change everything. And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna be like Ukraine and smash like 400 points, and I'm gonna win. So it doesn't really matter. Go for the sympathy vote.
Oh, dear Lord. So that was 0 for Nick. I'll throw it open. Bob?
Man United.
No.
Oh.
Alan?
Liverpool.
No.
No.
You've already answered, Bob.
I've got,
I've got to get
Everyone else got 2 chances before.
Everyone gets a chance first.
No
Everyone
one
gets a
else
chance
put their
first.
finger up.
No? All right, Bob.
Arsenal.
Arsenal, correct. Final question, guys. Or for final round.
Oh, cool. 5-4.
Yeah.
Yep, that one we know. What was the transfer fee paid to sign Jimmy Greaves? And that's for Eugene.
What? Jimmy Greaves. What? It was... Jimmy Greaves.
Keep your fingers.
It wasn't it was 99 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. 99,000. Yes.
Carry on.
And 99 and 99,999.
There you go.
Sort of one
There you go.
pound kind of thing. Yeah.
99,999 pounds. Here we go. Former Spurs boss George Graham managed both Arsenal and Leeds United, but before that, he managed which of these clubs? Was
Millwall.
it Scotland, Bristol City?
Millwall.
Yeah, it was Millwall. Very good, very good. Alan, I'll bring up your question. Who was chairman of Spurs in the early 1980s before Alan Sugar?
Before Alan Sugar, Ivan Scholar.
Yeah, Irving Scholar, but yeah, we'll give you that one. Bob, your final question. Which team played Spurs in the first ever game at White Hart Lane? And I've got multiple choice if you'd like.
I've no idea.
I've got a multiple choice if you'd like.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So the choices are Notts County, Nottingham Forest, Woolwich Arsenal, or scummy Royal Arsenal.
I'll go for Woolwich.
Unfortunately not. And I'll don't
you know what? I was going to say County, but never mind.
So fingers ready, Alan. Yeah, I saw that.
Notts County.
Notts County, correct.
Oh.
Final question, Nick. This is for 800 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Google away.
In what year did Spurs win their first ever European trophy? In what year did Spurs win their first ever European trophy?
Go on, Nick.
I'm going to throw it open in a second, and it's 400 points for whoever gets it.
It doesn't matter. It's only
3,
1 point for me.
2, 1. Right. That's a 0. Throw it open. First finger. Alan.
63.
1963. Very good. So Alan gets 400 points. Very good indeed. Right. So the scores at the end of that are 246 plus 0.
Hang on. We have to go to the country vote. So we've got America, we've got Canada, we've got United Kingdom, we've got who else have we got in the
India,
chat? We've got Canada, India. Yeah, so they're all saying that Nick won. Brilliant, thanks.
No, I got the Asian vote. I win.
So
1 billion votes.
It's fairly categorical. It's fairly categorical if you don't count the 400 points that I illegally gave to Alan. In last place, unfortunately, is Eugene with 6. In second to last place, because he couldn't be asked, apparently, is Nick with 9.
That's embarrassing, Eugene. He couldn't be asked and he still beat you.
Yeah. In
How
third
did
place,
I get 9 points when it was 2 points for every question, Rez?
because you got 4 questions right and you got a bonus when I threw it open.
So I should get
Which
2
is one.
for the bonus, man.
And that's
You
1
can't
point.
roll.
8 plus 1. 8 plus
That's
1.
1 point. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Third place is Alan with 15. Second place, Bob with 16, and just tearing it up miles ahead of the pack with 27 is Brian. So
Racist.
Brian is the winner of the
Racist.
Self-Side Spurs Show quiz. Congratulations, Brian.
Racist.
Well, thank you.
Speech.
I'd like to dedicate this to all the Levy outers, and we win trophies, or I win these quizzes, and hopefully we'll win the battle of getting the parasite out.
Bob has rage quit. Yeah. So is Ranjil Pani, but I'm not bringing him back in.
I couldn't be asked for that shit.
That's our show, guys. Thank you very much for being with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll go around and you can all plug your channels as well. We will be back, or Shelfside Spurs Show will be back with Tottenham Tea and Toast on Monday with Alan Bell, and hopefully you will both be in a good mood. So anything you want to talk about with regard Monday, guys?
We will be in a good mood. So what are you talking about, Rez? It doesn't matter. We're getting 4th place.
There
Believe.
you go. very much indeed. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have a season review show for you on Thursday as well. So do come and join us around 7 to 7:30. Eugene, where can people find you?
YouTube, Spurs Vision TV. Most probably doing a show tomorrow about 3:30 p.m. BST, doing the final finale preview on what's going to happen in the Premier League. So maybe trying to get some local Toon fans to join me to let's see what's going to happen for them next season if they'll join us. And most probably, and all of you guys, of course, are invited if you have time. And hi, Simba.
Simba.
Hi, Simba. Yeah, look at Simba. Yeah, Simba's taking over the show.
Right. Shut up. I'm blocking you now.
It's dinner time, so he's trying to get ready.
Yeah.
And,
can't work out if that's Brian's pussy or the pussy's off.
Okay, so Spurs Vision TV. You have time. Join me tomorrow. Right, guys. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you very much.
Here he comes again.
Brian, Tottenham on tour. When are you next on?
Simba on tour right now.
You've been doing some great content recently.
So we're doing a show tomorrow. We're doing a show at 11 a.m. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. UK time. And a couple of weeks ago, we were meant to have a guy called Adrian come on, but due to technical issues, he couldn't come on. So we decided, what should we do? We kind of did a people in the comments decide the show and ask us anything. So it was a really good success. So that's what we're doing tomorrow, 11 a.m. Me and Brian Ireland. Ask us anything. Is it what it's going to be called? It could be Spurs related, non-football related. But it's the people in the chat will decide and control the show because we'll be only answering their questions.
Well, that could be fun. Excellent. Bob, where can we find you, sir?
Yeah, Bob Spur TV. First of all, if anyone's not checked out Daigle's Digest, wicked content at the moment. The Romero thing was absolutely brilliant. Not because it was I was mentioned, but yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. So,
you're mentioned every day, brother.
Yeah. But yeah, last in the wall of the season, Saturday 10:45, we'll be talking the random shit. Wankety Wank will be back by popular demand. And we'll be doing our end of season awards, just random awards.
What kind of reward? What kind of awards do you have in mind?
We'll have wankiest player of the year. We'll have sexiest player of the year, and then we'll have some. Yeah. So we'll have some interesting ones. I believe you'll be co-hosting with me. Alongside me,
I believe it. Yes, indeed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
so,
I will be there. Exclusives. So yeah, tune in for all of those shows, guys. Spurs Wage and Tottenham on Tour, Bob Spur TV. Also, please do come and watch us on Monday. Alan Bell, Tottenham Tea and Toast is fantastic. It gets you right up and going first thing in the week. Oh yeah. And do come and join us on Thursday as well. Just want to thank the people in the chat. So Eugene was in there, so thank you for being in the chat, Eugene, and then coming on because that was necessary.
It's 5 a.m. here now. Do you know that?
I have to say very quickly, big up to Dermot because Dermot's already messaged me saying that he's going to get the tattoo done in the next few weeks. So big up for messaging and saying it. Look forward to seeing Tottenham on tour. Listen, mate, I've got to get Tottenham on tour tattooed when we get fourth because I had a bet with Brian that we would or wouldn't. So I've got the one here. Tottenham on tour is going here before Bob speaks.
No, it's not. It's not. It's going on your ass cheeks.
No, Dermot's having it on his arse cheeks. He's already agreed to that. How that's going to come across in stream, I have no idea. But yeah, we'll see. We'll just hope it comes out as tot, not tit.
Yes, indeed. So thanks to El Said, Chris Agambar, Cody Mack, Bobby K, Graham or GRL58, Sean from Spurs Talk Show, all one word, Scott M, Ricky via THFC or Jens, as we know him, Right Heart Lane, thank you for coming on, Iggy, or Mr. Sophie, as we like to call him, Young Puddy, Jacob from United Spurs of America. Absolutely great to have you guys with us all. Who else? Sophie, otherwise known as Mrs. Iggy, in there as well. We had some latecomers too. Ellie, Ben Kaufman.
Yeah.
Absolutely great to have you guys with us. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I think we had a couple more. Mark Cousins came along well. Welsh Gal. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right, Nick. I got it. I got it, mate. Relax. It's easy, mate. Easy. Easy, Tiger. It's all right. It's all right, son. Ben Welshgow, Iggy, we've already said. Will Stewart, thank you for coming. That is that all of them? No, we had a couple more latecomers as well. We've been dragging them in from all over the internet. It's been absolutely fantastic.
But Brian's Pussy, Don't forget Brian's Pussy.
Brian's Pussy turns up.
Let's not forget Yes.
Hoover was in there as well. Fantastic again, having the
Alan's
wonderful
cock.
Alan's cock. Made a thing. George, who we haven't seen for a while, is fantastic again.
It's interesting how he went from Alan's cock to George.
Kim also coming in late. Paul Gregory, that was lovely of you guys to come along. Thank you again. Really, really appreciate all your comments. Carl Simpson as well, Amzo. And I think that's everyone. And Steak, Alexander Hilton also made an appearance. Thank you again, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you tonight and for this season. Please do tune in for the end of season review next week. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Big up the NE.
No, it's just when you shout, I